Yeah, but you'd have to like pick a specific wall. Most of them are angled, so it'd be a little weird, but
Welcome to another week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Last time, you guys ended up talking to the Black Panther Hammurabi and decided to pursue Yavanna's sister and the necromancer at the inside his fortress near the tip of Mina, the northern border of Mina. You guys traveled that way. You staked out the castle. Zeph made his way in stealthily and helped you guys get in there with little issue. Then the Waterdeep army was sieging the castle, gave you guys a perfect opportunity to enter in to the dungeon of the necromancer, fight and defeat the necromancer, save Yavanna's sister, defeat the necromancer, revive Yavanna, and destroy the would-be lich's, is it phylactery? I always forget what
phylactery.
Yes, nailed it.
Through a lightning bolt from your boy. Oh my God, it's so hard, Ignatius. It goes Mosnell, Ulyrus, and then I going through some of the other one-shot characters. I'm like, no, Ignatius. And then you guys entered into his personal study, where you found a chained-up read-off and a bunch of goodies. You guys recovered a lot of your items, weapons, and found a hoard of cash. And then you were greeted by Tamazing and a group of Waterdeep soldiers. And you guys now are in the basement of the Necromancer's dungeon, or in his study, as Tamazing has now his weapon drawn, and the soldiers are looking at all of you guys, and they seem more at ease with recognition of who you guys are. What are you all doing down here?
What are you doing here?
We're here to defeat the bad guys.
Too late.
Yeah, we kind of did that.
You see him shove one of the knights next to him. I'm proud of you, and I'm disappointed in myself at the same time.
Wait, does this group even know it's amazing?
Yes, briefly. From
briefly.
The mountain. So he knows you're badass, but like he didn't bond with you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
We were just walking around in town and stumbled upon that guy. Gesturing to the
the ash pile.
Yeah.
As they all look over and they're like, "Oh, that was."
Oh, I mean, he used to be like a necromantic guy, mage, frosty wizard. I don't really know. He's dead.
Just to be clear, because I think I forgot, I lost my Iron Stone, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's pretty gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty crazy, brother. We were just trying to make our way here. We got new orders to infiltrate Mina and free the people. That was part of this new fellowship that was agreed upon a few days ago. And we heard a cry from the people, according to our information, for help. And we got the old green light. Instead of going up to reinforce Freya, they turned our butts around and they're like, well, might as well pretend the war's not over.
Where exactly did these orders come from?
From the top, as far as I know. Blackstaff and L'Oreal, and some of the other big wigs that I don't know about.
That's very kind of them. It's nice to know they had our backs, even though we, I guess, didn't need them, but...
Clearly not.
Nice to know.
Yeah, so, guess we'll station some of our people here. We'll go figure out if there's any actual civilians here, if everybody was just undead. And, yeah, you see him just putting his shit away, his glaives, and he's just like...
Oh, man.
Yeah, I guess that's it then.
I mean, there's more to do, I think. I mean, we did like most of everything we needed to do here, but I don't know. I think Tyrion could probably explain better than I could.
I mean, man, you guys just so happened to cross a pond. Like, that is, what a hell of a coincidence, is what I'm saying. And you see the nights like it is pretty coincident. I mean, we didn't have to die. That's nice.
One thing, by the way, we were briefly detained, and the black box that we had previously is no longer in our possession.
Oh. That doesn't sound good.
So I don't know what happens in those circumstances.
Typically, we let the old Salem know. And Salem, when he wasn't around, we let Blackstaff know, but she didn't like that, so then she delegated to whoever was in charge at the time, who's not in the charge anymore now. So we'll let Salem know, and he can try to track it down for you. That might be able to help. We have little ways of tracking some of the black boxes. That's how we came across your little group in the mountain there. But yeah, hopefully they don't know how to access that. It's pretty simple though, so that could be bad. But to actually access the data, not as simple. He's like in his own conversation.
Is there a tracking mechanism on those things? Is it just a data transfer?
The black staff can typically scry on each of the black boxes. She makes each one specific to her mind's eye, and it allows her an easy scry that doesn't need any saving throws. That's out of game.
All right, that's very good to know. Just testing a few things here on my loot here.
Well, we might as well get out of here.
Hey, Blackstaff, it's Tellius.
Oh my god.
We're detained in Mina, lost our black box. Might want to cast a wee bit of scry on that one. Love Tellius and the gang.
Tellius, did you just do what I think you just did?
Oh yeah.
You hear
Jesus Christ.
Fireball. Tellius, good to hear you. If you're in Mina, might as well come to the capital, and I can help scry for you.
I'll cast it again. Blackstaff, you're here? We just took down a few Inner Circle members. We'd be happy to rendezvous in the capital. Well, it's amazing now, actually.
What a coincidence. And you hear counterspell. We're dealing with issues in the city. Be happy to see you soon.
All right, guys. I think we should say hi to the Blackstaff in the capital. She sounds like she's under some duress right now, and we may or may not have messed up her plans. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we can. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We can make our way over there.
It'll be nice to stop by and say hello.
I
You just
don't
walk-
think it'll be as easy as stop by
We
and
just
say hello.
walked all the way over here, but you know, whatever.
Good point.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess we can do that, and then we could update old Greyhound and everybody on what's happened, and if we want to pursue the rest of them, I don't even know. I guess it's up to them.
Actually, I need to. We need to talk to Blackstaff. Actually, we need to go.
All right, let's do that.
Yavanna and her sister are inside the room as well. As they walk over, they've had their moment together, and hearing these plans, you see Yavanna look to her sister, and she's like, That sounds extremely exciting, and I am grateful for everything, but I think we're gonna head home at this point. I don't want to risk losing.
Actually, give me a second, and I'm going to spend a minute,
Sure.
and I'm going to create a magic circle.
Sure.
And then once it's ready, I'm going to say, anybody who wants to go to Waterdeep right now, come stand in this.
The two of them step up, and she, before you finish, she goes, I think my adventuring days are finally at an end, and I'm going to hopefully enjoy these days with my sister. Something much more quieter and out of the craziness that we've all experienced over the past few years.
You wouldn't mind if we visited, would you?
Never.
All right.
I mean, I'll still be checking in at the bar every now and then, if you guys will still keep my room there for me, but I think
We
me and
wouldn't
my
think of
sister-
anything else.
Thank you. We want to probably
welcome.
settle somewhere nice and alone inside the beauties of nature inside Whitland.
All right. Have fun then, Yvonne.
All right. We'll see you back in the city.
Both nod. The sister thanks you both. Thanks all of you for saving
Does she have a
her.
name?
She does. It wasn't in front of me. I said
It's okay.
it a
No,
bunch last
don't
time.
look for it. Don't look for it. Don't look for it. It's fine. I'm the worst player ever for not remembering her sister's name.
It was there
It's all
last session. It's just the slower computer. Oh god, yeah. So that's every time I open it up, it has to reconstruct the cache metadata. Please do not interrupt the process. So I should have transferred it over. Did I? No, I don't believe I did. Yeah. Okay. I'll
Once
get that name to
everybody-
you once it loads up.
Once everybody has said their goodbyes,
Mhm.
I will access my magic, cast it, the portal opens within the magic circle.
All right. The two of them walk into the portal, and Ivana and her sister leave for Waterdeep.
To my gray hood circle.
It's amazing. Now looks and he's like, "All right, I better get upstairs and make sure everything's going as it's supposed to with some of the other people up there. Up and at 'em, boys!" He starts smacking all the armors with his sword, and they're all like, "Oh god, Jesus, I hate it when he does it." And they walk up the stairs and they proceed out ahead of you guys. You can follow in suit behind them, or take your time still looking around and discussing down here. You've looted basically this place to death, but you still can look around for anything else you might be interested in. But you got the major things in case you're concerned about that.
We collected a bunch of his notes on lichdom and everything.
Sure did.
I'm going to. Who has those at the moment? Anybody specific? No.
Zeph.
All right. There.
I
Zeph
think
picked them up.
I think I have them. Yeah.
You have them,
Okay.
and Zeph has them. Zeph picked up a couple books, nameless books, and you picked up a ton of his research.
Yeah. I mean, anything you ask.
I already wrote it in there. Notes on becoming a lich from Whitland.
Yes. You see Readoff from your healing coming to his senses as well, finally getting up, and he looks to all of you and he's like, "Oh, thank you all so much for saving me. It's ever so briefly, Orhana, it's so good to see you again. Thank you. And thank you guys for coming to me. Again, saving me from bondage and slavery. I am in your debt."
Well, our last meeting didn't turn out the way we had hoped, so we kind of owed it to you.
You've already done more than enough, and it was quite exciting, to say the least, to see the other side for a bit, but it's clearly not our times yet.
I think I propose you should come along with us to see the Blackstaff,
I would most certainly like to talk to the Blackstaff. There's a
because
lot to tell her.
there's a lot to tell her from what you know about the stuff, the thing.
The madness.
Yeah, and then also, I don't know if I told the rest of the group. By the way, Eve was recovered? She's awake now.
What do you mean?
What?
How do you know this?
I received a message a little while back during all the fuss from the cleric, the person from that other group.
You see Orhana Uzal?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, the tiny brown one.
Yes, he sent me a message saying they woke her up. So there's that.
So we came here for nothing?
I mean, we liberated the entire country in a sense. So that's something.
But that's not why we came here.
I mean, we came here to free Rudolph.
You see him with his
Yeah.
hands like, huh?
I mean, the reasoning was to wake up Eve, but you know what? We accomplished the same goal, just in different ways.
You know what? You're right. We grew a lot in this endeavor, and we
if
got
we're-
to know about Yavanna, so that's.
And if we're gonna have to deal with Ragnorum, we're gonna need to know more about the madness. you know-
Who now?
His name's Ragnorum. He looks kind of like him, but like really big with swords for hands.
Yeah, it's freaking weird.
Swords for hands.
Yeah,
Or like on his hands, they're like part of his arm, but like not the arm. It's
have you
weird.
ever heard of? There's a man. I believe they call him Edgar Sword Hands, something of that nature.
Oh,
And yeah, many a tale told about this man.
certainly.
I think it might be him reincarnated.
Oh, this is a legend
Yeah.
that I've not heard of, but thank you for sharing it with me.
It
As he goes to
might
reach
be,
down to write it down, and you see he's like, not there. Definitely not there.
What you looking for?
Oh, well, I carried many journals on me, and I would always write down notes and stories from everybody I would see. I didn't get the name chronicler for nothing. I just compile all the legends, lores, and locations as I can, but I have no idea where my stuff ended up.
You would like someone who frequents our bar
Oh,
daily.
I would most certainly like that then.
That is true.
I'll have to bring you around sometime.
Please do. I'm concerned for my companion, though. Have you met
Who's your companion?
a man named Adam of the West?
Oh,
We were looking for him.
yeah, we were looking for him.
He came to me when I was visiting Waterdeep, and we had a growing concern about the madness. And we were both going to try and find out more information about it. And we were hearing of terrible outbreaks inside Mina. So he went below the Ivory Wall, and I went north of the Ivory Wall. And I haven't been able to be in contact with him since. About a week into crossing the border, go figure I ran out of money because it's expensive to live in Mina when everyone wants to make you a slave every 5 minutes. So servitude was the last I knew about it. That was many, many months ago, I believe, at this point.
You said he went below the Ivory Wall?
He did. He was trying to figure out what information was going on down there, and I can only imagine it's terrifying. From what I learned of some of the Inner Circle problems, below the Ivory Wall, there is quite a problem with the madness down there.
Oh.
The
But-
wall, yeah.
Below the Ivory Wall, what could?
Well, the south of the wall is. It's. I mean, I don't really know much about it. I didn't really learn much south. I just know there is an area of the country south of us,
Interesting.
south of where I lived.
Yes, it would appear that they just boarded off the bottom of Mina for whatever reason. The wall's been there to separate the warring factions in the past. What information I could glean from Tyra and the others that were there, it just seemed like it was a band-aid on a dam that was breaking. But it is a point of concern, so if you do ever end up going down there, which I probably won't recommend, Or if you check in on him, I would be most grateful. Or if you cross his path, let him know I'm concerned and looking for him.
Well, we were searching for him as well. We were acquaintances. We frequented a shop. And we enjoyed his company, and we were hoping to bring him back to Waterdeep.
He gave me my sword. That's Charnick.
Yeah. That's a magnificent sword. I recognize his craftsmanship anywhere. Maybe I'll hang out and about his shop for a bit. See if he turns up in the next couple of months. I could use a vacation, and meeting this individual in your bar might be interesting to exchange notes and discuss the world's ongoings with.
Was this journal you lost very important? I mean, is it something worth tracking?
I mean, it's very important, but I keep everything in here, the old photographic memory. So, it's going to be a
That's why they
pain
call
to
you the
reproduce. Yes. As he takes a little bit of a bow and blushing a little bit. But then he looks up. But whoever has that does have access to a lot of information.
Right. All right, we'll take it up with the black stuff then.
Certainly. But if I could find the research notes of Adam, no matter what's happened to him, I'm certain that would help me go further into understanding the madness. It's a very, very strange affliction that I'd be most curious to discuss with the black staff.
I'm sure you'd like to meet. We met a person who seemed to be somewhat experienced with the madness. This elf-looking guy.
Oh yeah,
had tattoos all over him. You probably would like to have a.
How is he doing? I ran into him many years ago.
I have no idea. We just met him briefly.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, he's really weird looking.
They tend to do that way. See, that's one of the interesting things. Some people get affected by the madness, and they show no problem. They're still their cognitive selves. But others are completely driven mad, as the name entails. It's baffling to try to understand why certain people are afflicted one way and others not.
Do you know of Eve, Rudolph?
Eve? I don't believe I've ever met an Eve.
Well,
Stories
she was
of
a lizard folk cleric.
Oh.
And she was afflicted with it, I believe. Wait, what, do we know that? We know that, right? Yeah, we know that.
We've seen her.
Yeah.
We know that. We know that. Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep things straight.
That's why you went to get him. Yeah. No, it's fine.
That's what I thought. I was like, and we were hoping to perhaps procure your services to, take a look at her affliction. We weren't lying about that when we spoke to Tyra.
Sure.
But we've just received word from some other folks.
He knows. He was standing here when I said it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I was, but it's always good to be included, like I'm part of the party here.
Yeah. He kind of reminds me of Salem a bit. Yeah.
He's just kind of staring at y'all. I would be fine to interview her. I'd be interested. Do you know where she is?
No.
No idea.
But the black staff probably knows.
Yeah, we really should get to her.
All right.
So we should. She also has our object that we need to give to Eve.
Oh, okay. Certainly. This sounds like a wonderful plan. Well, wondrous. Thank you for saving me again. I am eternally grateful. If you ever need a favor, let me know.
All right. Let's go.
You guys exit out with your rewards. You come outside, and the day is still young. It's like 4 p.m. You can hear the that like bug cry when it's really hot out on the horizon. It's relatively flat in this area where the trees are still far off from where you guys snuck in here originally. You can see a lot of the soldiers very confused and almost like disappointed. You can tell there was a lot of psyching up going in here, and there's just a ghost town now that the necromancer isn't here. They're searching through a lot of the ruins of this city castle area, and they're not really turning up any people, but finding things here and there, a lot of horrors that are just gross and not useful to normal folks. So the day itself is still, I'd say, like the weather too right now. Clear skies, no chance at clouds. It's almost like this compulsion of all the darkness you were just fighting in the basement coming outside. It's like the world doesn't care. It's just going on. You couldn't tell it's another wonderful day just in the beautiful world of Zenya. So, do you guys want to head out to your 6 days journey back?
We gotta make our way to the Blackstaff.
It's amazing. By the time you guys come up and an hour or so goes by, he receives orders to everybody to the capital of the Ivory Tusk that can get there. And you guys go and make your march on your way back with an entire regiment of soldiers. It's about 4,000 or 5,000 Waterdeep troops are with you in company as you make your ways through. As you go through the camps this time, last time, as the days go by, as you were coming through that mountain pass again, and where all the mines were, where all those people were kind of disorganized, and you just saw people out and about not understanding their freedom, you actually hear thunderous roars of excitement and applause as this army is marching into the capital city. A lot of the people are still here, but you can see all the various races of orcs, halflings, tabaxis, Goliaths, dwarfs. People are thrilled to be seeing this force coming through, and you still see plenty of them also like coming up and smacking on their shields and stuff as they're cheering, and some of them are trying to take swords or steal some money off the soldiers as well, and many of the soldiers are like, fuck off, and some of them are just completely getting robbed, but they make their way toward the city. Is there anything you want to do on the 6 days to the city, or would you like just get to the city?
Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I think I'm all set.
Okay, so you guys enter into the Ivory City. It seems a lot different. Many of all the major towers of the higher class are all collapsed. Many of the buildings...
Long rest.
Yes.
Everybody long rest.
You can see houses upon houses of people standing up at their posts. What catches your guys' eye first, because your passive perceptions are probably high enough anyway, you're noticing a lot of northern armor down here for the guards. And the mix with the Waterdeep guards is really you guys coming in at this point. As you guys are ushered in, you can start seeing some people giving you looks, and there's some people looking back and forth. And as you guys are coming down, you're basically leading this party, this march. As you guys are coming into the city, you're like on the backs of other horses. The cavalry that's a part of this unit, as Tamazing is sort of in the center of it. As you're walking through, you're seeing more people giving looks, and children are peeking over through all the different like bizarre like shops and stands. And as you are getting closer and closer to the center of the city, as some of the guards are like, Tamazing pulls up and he talks to one of them, and they point him in the direction of where their orders are waiting for them. A crowd actually stops the march of the soldiers in front as all these people are out there, and they all have these chains. There's chains on the ground, there's chains, they're swinging up in the air, and it all starts to come to a halt. As Tamazing looks in, he's like, "Is there a problem, brothers and sisters?" As he's looking at all of them. You guys can see ages old and young, mangled and healthy, sick and poor, all these various races, skin tones and faces all looking down. And from the center of the crowd, it parts, and you see the familiar face of the Black Panther come out, smiling with his golden teeth as you guys return. The breakers of chains return to the city. It is our pleasure to welcome you into the new free city of Mina. It's amazing. looks over to you.
Hi there.
He goes, "We wanted to give you gifts of our gratitude before you continue on your way." And as he parts and they open up, there is food being brought over to you. All sorts of like fresh picked fruits and vegetables. Apples are in baskets. And this is clearly way more than you guys can handle and grab. So they're just handing it to soldiers like they're your servants or lackeys. But what's the wards? Whatever the guy that basically walks around. Squire, that's what I'm looking for. They're treating it very much like squires, as they're just handing all sorts of foods and stuff to the soldiers, and some of the soldiers are just sort of passing the food back and like, fuck it, we're eating this. As they're handing it out, as they are tired because they were going through a fast march to try and shorten it to maybe like about 5 days travel. As they all part ways, you can see all sorts of people touching you guys and the soldiers again and cheering, and you can hear all these chains waving in the air as they you can hear the whispers and the chants of the breaker of chains as you guys walk toward the center of the city. When you do get to the center of the city, you can see there is a bunch of tents and camps out there in the main of the city, plus some of the fallen houses that haven't been totally wrecked are being used as encampments. And you see a bunch of Gray Hand pull up and go to stop you guys at first, but then recognize like, oh good, this isn't a flanking army. Terrific. In the panic mode in their face, as they're clearly not in complete control of everything that's going on. You can see on top of the building that's like stands at the center, that used to be the tower that was at the very middle in the center of the world inside the Ivory City, stands about 20 to 30 feet tall now. It's toppled over, and you can see how it's still crushed down into many of the other tabletops in the city, many of the other houses in the city. And up there, it's a bit tough with the sun in the angle right now. There's a silhouette. As you can see, figures standing up top on that tower, looking at one another as you guys pull up. One of the Gray Hand looked at all of you, and he's like, "Oh, wondrous, they're here. Okay, yes, somebody let this black staff that they're here." And you see people going like, "Oh, right. Well, the 14th Regiment and who might these people be at the front?"
You could just tell her that we're the bar owners.
The bar owners?
You can say that we're the heroes of Waterdeep. She'll know.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing.
Oh, you lot.
How did you not recognize us?
I'm
honest. I'm honestly insulted.
Oh, you see him a little starting to sweat a little bit. It's like, well, I mean, I am one of the newer members.
I'll just walk
it's
up
been a war.
Brush up on your history. Brush up on your history, lad.
He leaves. He just turns.
Come on, Tim.
You go to clap him on, and he's just going. He's like, I'll tell the black staff myself as he trots along.
That was pretty cruel.
It's amazing, like cold-hearted.
We literally. I'm not even gonna get into this with you, Tyrion.
Being with the newbies.
We're like 6 people that people have heard stories about. I mean,
we have statues in the city.
Yeah. Would you really know who you're talking to if you walk up to them?
How does anyone not recognize me?
You see all the other guards looking around like, it's fucking weird. He's right.
I'm literally a one-of-a-kind person in this world.
Yeah, they're all looking around, pretty much.
If I were just like, I mean,
one of the guards
if I looked like Zeph here, I would understand. And it's no offense to you, Zeph. I'm just saying, there's a lot of humans.
I'd rather nobody know who I am. So
exactly.
all for the better.
You see a knight with the Waterdeep just being like, well, I mean, aren't there like 1 million of you? You're like a lizard folk.
He's not like quite a lizard folk.
Deadpan.
He's,
You see,
he's,
that one's
he's
like,
a little bit something different, but like it's
thought
somewhat
he was a
similar,
lizard
but
folk.
like
It's
no,
like,
no.
The other guy's like, no, lizard folks have the, and they start getting into the body structure and
Anatomy.
is the word I'm looking for.
You
Lizard
guys should
folks.
brush up on your Hollow's Guide to Monsters. There's a few anatomical differences.
We
Yes.
should. That cheap bastard somewhere in Waterdeep. Yeah, last I saw.
Well, nevertheless, we're about. Nevertheless, we're going to see Blackstaff. So it doesn't matter.
As the guy comes back, he goes, "Oh, yeah, you're needed immediately." as he comes over, and just fucks off. And Tim's like, "Where? Where? Who is this guy?" Eventually, you guys make your way over to the camps. The Waterdeep Regiment, the 14th Regiment, starts taking the ranks, relieving other guys of duties. Some of them getting relieved from their long march. Everybody's trying to settle in. You guys, you see one of the Greyhand there come out from one of the tents, and he's like, "You should go up there, and they're probably gonna need your help up there. So they told you to go meet them up there." He just keeps pointing to the center of the city. You'll get your brief up there, as he just keeps looking up to the top of there.
That does not sound suspicious at all. All right,
Well, let's get going then.
we're on our way.
All right. As you guys go up the stairs to this tower, now that you're getting a better look, you're kind of obscured from the angle, and there's actually many more people standing up here than just the one that you saw, and you can hear a conversation going on as you're coming up, and you hear a foreigner's voice. Well, that's simply out of the question. We didn't come all this way just to end with this sort of agreement. As you come up one by one, you notice a very tall drow woman that is talking to another... well, let's see. As you guys come up, I'd say... Ignatius, your hairs stand on end, and your heart starts to race out of your body as you're the last up the stairs, as you're holding up the rear, and you're like, everything's all good. As you get to the top, you can see 5 Valkyries standing opposite the Blackstaff, L'Oreal, and Brine.
Wait, I'm Valkyrie.
They are all in Corlin Skoberheim armor.
Ew.
As you guys make your way up, Brian does not break eye contact as Salem walks over to you guys, and he's just like, come here, stand with me. As he's bringing you guys over here, and we're just standing behind all, and you can see...
Hold on just a moment.
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
go help out this person.
Yep, go for
I'm
it.
gonna try to stand like towards the back.
And I'll stand with Salem. Chilling.
Well, I'll stay on the ceiling, but I'm gonna try to
I'll
stand
try to
back
stand in front of you so they don't
behind
see.
people.
I'll try to stand in front of you. Don't worry.
I don't want to be directly behind someone, but just like kind of in the back.
Is there like is there a flower pot or something he can stand behind?
There is nothing. This shit is leveled. It is completely smooth at this point. It looks like someone almost like when cutting carrots, cut the tower and pushed it over.
Because I don't want to like completely hide. I just want to be not directly
Right.
in the front. I want to still be able to see.
Hide in plain sight, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
As soon as you emerged, one of the Valkyries instantly locked eye contact with you.
Oh,
no! Oh no!
all right. When that happens,
You're wearing Valkyrie armor.
that's true. I'm probably not going to try to hide then anyway. All right. If that already happened, I'm just going to be like, it's already over. All right.
Yep. I'm going to wait for Hunter to get back for the entirety of the exchange, because it's best if you guys hear this all at once and you see Salem, he's just like, now you're going to bolster our numbers. Now it looks a little better now. As it's now with there was 5 of them and 5 of the Valkyries standing, but you can also see, actually, yeah, 3 of the Valkyries are standing, 2 of them are flying in the air right now on their side, and their wings flapping as they're looking down at the other 3.
Does this look like a standoff?
It absolutely looks like a standoff. And Salem brings you over to, like, you guys, and just take a peek. And as you guys look over past, now that you have a better angle, you just see tens of thousands of Skolberheim soldiers all throughout the opposite side of the city.
Oh no. Worst nightmare. Would you look at the time? I got a thing.
You get a pedicure appointment, right?
You can overhear as the Valkyrie talking to Brian. We do not negotiate with infidels. And you see another one turn and knock on the shoulder of the armor of the one talking, and she whispers something. She goes, and it seems you even bring the company of such traitorous infidels to this conversation. As Brian looks past and she's like, it appears we have new guests. Friends of my friends are friends of mine. If you have an issue with them, you can take it up with me. I have no problem kicking all of your asses. You see another Valkyrie. Big talk for a non-believer. You think your fake gods will protect you when we kill you. And you see L'Oreal look. I feel like you've forgotten that there are other gods in this world. You do know they show up quite often. You're not the center of the universe, you arrogant pricks.
Yes.
You see the black staff. Well, there's no need for name calling. I feel that we can find some sort of arrangement here. The other Valkyrie looks. Arrangement? There is no arrangement. We take what is by right. This is the justice that was due upon Mina for centuries. Now, in their moments of weakness, we come to liberate the people of Mina. And you spit in the face of progress. You have no right to occupy Mina. Brian goes, and you do? We bring the divine light of Corlin. He frees them from their chains.
Didn't we do that?
Look around, we're like, didn't they just call us? Okay.
You see L'Oreal look. Chaining metal chains for white robes and their own leather books bound by more subtle chains. You see them. Faith is what sets you free. As this continues to stand off a bit, what are you guys thinking? Salem looks to you and just like, so, what do you... Oh, good. Hunter's back.
All right, so bunch of Valkyries, Brian, Blackstaff, and Salem. Haha.
Okay, so catch you all up here. Looks like Tyrion was daydreaming. The Skolberheim forces invaded from the south a few weeks ago. During this unrest, when that message was sent out that Mina was unstable and they needed help to free the people, Skolberheim sees that opportunity. Again, pointing Tyrion, you can see there's tens of thousands of soldiers, of Skolberheim soldiers throughout the southern half of the city on the opposite side. The Valkyries are trying to take all of Mina, and good old Fellowship thought that'd be a really bad idea. It seems like they're trying to push their borders and make a new colony of Skolberheim here in Mina. I'm unsure of their motivations why they would like a new colony, but it is what it is. Brian and Blackstaff and L'Oreal have been in talks with the Valkyrie, but they are unwavering in assuring us that they will wipe us off the face of the planet as the scum that we are and the heretics. So that's not getting the progress really far. Good news is using one of your friends, well, not directly your friends, but the people you fought with at the mountain, right?
Yes.
One of their good friends. You ever heard of a man named Qualden, King of the Pirates, or something like that?
No idea who that is.
Nope.
Fair enough.
No.
He's got a neat little trick. So he took a fair amount of the Navy and got us down here as soon as possible and intercepted the forces that were bailing out the capital. Brian took down one of the members of the Inner Circle on our way here.
That's cool. We also happened to do that with a bunch of Inner Circle members.
That's terrific! Well,
Yes.
it seems like that is definitely over. As he stares into the camera.
Done.
But now we're sort of at a impasse here. And if you have any ideas to sway this, I would be most appreciative.
How about a song?
I mean, what did Skoberheim really do? We are citizens of Waterdeep under jurisdiction of the Blackstaff, and we decimated the entire Inner Circle ourselves. I feel like that grants us some decision making over the outcome of this battle. It's not like Skoberheim really did anything of value. They just swooped in to try and claim the remains like scavengers.
Vultures.
They won't care. And I don't think any words are going to sway them. They have a self-righteousness that's very annoying.
Divine right! You hear one of the Valkyries yell to you, Ignatius.
Ah, yes, I see what you mean now.
Divine right.
As you guys now approach and you see the other three looking to you, L'Oreal smiles and Blackstaff smiles at you guys. Brian, always cheerful and smiling during this conversation, seems to be calm, cool, and collected. Her cheeriness visibly agitating the Valkyrie to talking with her.
I don't think we've met Brian before,
You
have
have
we?
not. This is the first time you've seen it. You've seen her.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah, we have.
huge for a drow. She's
awesome.
super tall. She has this interesting like crescent half moon eclipse like or crescent moon hilt on a blade at her sides, all these wrappings all around her hands. She has these greens and whites in this monastery like outfit that she wears. The emblem on her crest is that of a tree of life that resembles some of the stuff you guys saw in your dungeon delves in I believe in Pank. So some reminiscences of that.
That, like, Sky Temple thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I have so many things to talk to her about.
So she's like, she's like, welcome new friends. I guess you're now joining the conversation. As the Valkyries that were flying come down, you see them land both their feet. And as they go, as it isn't one of the traitorous captains of the revolution or the insurrection, as it comes closer to you. Each of their helmets have different designs with their like the way the wings of their on their helmet twist in different ways. Some forward, some back. Some have the ways of Corlin with the scales of Tyr on them. Some of the stuff, the stars of Timora on their armor. The blindfold of Corlin, Justice is blind. Across different etchings on their armors. These things look so well crafted, so expensive. It's definitely this holier than thou feel, but they're also clearly like in the riches of it all.
As they land and they're coming closer to Ignatius, I want to draw my bow, knock an arrow, and point it at her face, so I wouldn't come any closer.
You see, go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Okay. It's probably not going to work very well. My charisma's 0. But,
Let's see.
oh, right. The roller
Just
works.
use your strength.
Yeah, that's great too. 13.
13. The Valkyrie looks. I've seen many of your kind try to defend their own, especially those of the traitorous kind.
I'm sure you have, but come any closer and I'll be the last.
I do like his spirit. Another Valkyrie crosses the line a bit, and you see Blackstaff just.
I shoot at her foot, like right at the floor next to her foot.
She's unflinching, but your message definitely
Sure.
gets across.
And I knock another arrow as well.
So, Blackstaff, I'm very confused. Why are Valkyries from Skoberheim here when we were the ones that took the entire nation ourselves?
What a wonderful question to ask, Tyrion. These are the same discussions we've been having in circles for hours now. Something about... and you see the Valkyrie interrupt, and she goes, "We came to liberate the rest of Mina. There is a growing problem here. We heard the cries and we answered the call as this world fell into chaos. There is more of this madness that needs to be put in line throughout this area. It is not only touching the borders, unjustly so, of Skoba, but now it is affecting our world and our day-to-day life. We're here to not only annihilate such utter... Trying to get a good adjective here. How Valkyrie would talk about this. It would... Vile creatures... and grace this land with the righteous light of Corlin. Our armies have already taken the capital cities of the south. That we did on our own accord, without the help of these heretics. As she looks to each and every one of you.
Really? How many of the inner circle did you take?
You can just silence.
Because our group personally defeated, was it 5, 6 of them?
I lost count once it got to
Roughly.
2 hands.
And then...
You see,
We
Brian, I
collected-
took one too.
So that's one for our side. So I'm a little confused. We were also the ones that ignited the whole revolution that destabilized the slave economy. So I'm really confused what claim you lay over this land when you did nothing. You're just coming in as vultures trying to scavenge at the remains of another's work.
You see one of the Valkyries lean over. It seems his ears don't function, sister. She's like, indeed, they do not.
No, they work. I heard you. I'm just not very convinced. I've met Valkyries stronger than you guys.
Is that a challenge, little one?
I'm just saying.
Large talk from tiny people.
Sometimes the tiniest packages deliver the biggest punches.
Says the biggest guy in our group.
Yeah.
And outside of Orhana, I'm the smallest.
Yeah.
And I've seen what your liberation looks like.
You see another one goes, you say one more word, and I will smite you where you stand. As one of the Valkyries draws her sword on you. We don't listen to
Clearly.
revolutionaries. Nice. I don't mean revolutionaries.
So
Insurrectionists.
So we've seen your handiwork of your liberation. And is it really that much different from what they were already doing here?
You see the
I
lead
don't think
Valkyrie
logic
take charge.
works
She
on
goes,
them.
it is very clear then that the heretics are beyond reason. We will then give you
Wait a minute.
the judgment of Corlin then, If it's total annihilation you wish to have, then we will grant it to you.
Well, these negotiations did not go as planned.
This was the only way they were going to go.
Yeah, that's true. But,
You see Brian be like, slow down, slow down. Yeah, amazing how a few random adventurers could get under your skin so easily. I thought the Valkyries were well trained in their manners.
You'd think. Just, a couple humble adventurers.
I'm just gonna like tap Tullius on the arm, like maybe now is the time to stop.
She gives you a little look as she's trying to defuse. Why does there need to be more bloodshed? You've already proved your might, and we have proven ours. Can we not compromise? You will not join us in our fellowship. Why not take the middle ground? Let's try and find some way that we can coexist. You see the Valkyrie. Judgment finds each and every one of you. Coexistence will happen once you understand the truth of this world and the one God. And you see Brian. Right, okay. Certainly. Maybe we'll get on board with that at some point. But in the meantime, we don't have to resort to mass means of violence. What you say? You freed your people, and we freed ours. We've stopped the trials in the northern half of the world. We've prevented the darkness from coming down to the borders of Skoberheim. So maybe the least you owe us is at least a chance to build this side of Mina, and you can build your own side. Maybe we create a divide, a parallel. And you see the Valkyrie...
A wall.
You see the Valkyrie look. I don't think you understand. We have the only claim to this land. Corlin has shown us this land must be taken. This land belongs to Skoberheim now as a colony, and we will give the righteous hand of Corlin to smite all of you where you stand. We have the power to kill thousands of heretics at a moment's instance. You have nothing to bargain with. And especially with that traitor standing by your side as they look to Ignatius. You see another one go, maybe if they hand over the traitor, that would be a much better bargain. Maybe we could find to give you some more time to pack up your people and get out of Mina. Does anybody want to offer Ignatius?
I almost did the joke. I think they would take it seriously, and I really don't want that to happen.
I
mean, I just stood in the way of a Valkyrie for him, so I'm like, actually, just take him.
Yeah.
It's all yours.
Still have your bow trained and everything on that. You see the Blackstaff tucking back. She's like, oh, Ignatius, do you think that sounds like something you'd like to do?
Doesn't sound much fun to me. They're not friends of mine.
The Valkyrie that told you not to talk swings at you. She said, I told you never to talk! And she goes to swinging to attack you.
I loose my arrow.
Certainly. Go ahead and roll. I doubt it's going to pierce the armor, but then again, you might have high. Oh no, you have your special bow, right?
I do have my bow, yeah.
Go for it.
Killer.
31.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sneak attack.
No.
Well, technically, she hasn't taken a turn, but...
She's certainly aware, on edge, and currently attacking, actually, so...
It's 15 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Noted.
Right.
But as the blade comes down, it is caught by a gauntlet, a metal gauntlet. As you see that was super, as it catches, you see next to Ignatius a a familiar Valkyrie as she looks towards the Skoberheim Valkyrie. He is ours. You may not lay a hand on him until we see our sister. You then see one of the more reserved Valkyries come upon your side as well, Ignatius. The two Valkyries you met in Skoberheim are now by your side.
Oh.
And you see the other one go, "Sisters, have you come to your senses to return back to the light of Corlin?" And out of the shadow of Brine, another Valkyrie appears. "There is no light of Corlin," as a Raven Queen Valkyrie comes out. "What? I think it's time you turn around where you are, my blinded sisters." And you see the lead Corlin Valkyrie turn to the Raven Queen Valkyrie, definitely sensing a change in dynamic as the other ones have appeared. And she's just like, I don't have her name in front of me right now because the computer's dead. Wait.
This just got into.
Who, the Raven Queen Valkyrie?
Yeah, do you guys have the note of her name?
Oh, I might. Where's my notebook?
I should know this. I should know this.
Actually, if you could give me all three names, that'd be faster than loading up my computer. That's why I've migrated to another laptop, but I haven't migrated all my notes from the other laptop to the new one.
Classic DM struggles.
Yeah. That's why you use Google Drive. I know.
I didn't say any of that.
I know. That's just other things I've read online.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It does help, and I should be putting it in Legend Keeper as well. Legend Keeper's terrific. It's literally a wiki, so it should be in there, but yeah,
that is a good point.
I plan to get to it eventually, just so much. It's like you just gotta do a little every day. Try and keep track of it all. Oh boy, that's looking rough. All right, that'll load.
You're not going to put your entire encyclopedia in your.
Yeah. So she addresses the Raven Queen Valkyrie by her name. And you see the Raven Queen Valkyrie go, "You know, it's fascinating. Load." It's fascinating, Telsa. Is it Talsa? Yeah. I think that's the one that's talking. Go with it. Telsa. Valkyries never used to have numbers over their heads from my Reaper vision, but with yours I see your days are drawing nearer and nearer.
Awkward.
You see her go, look, it's like, your fake god only uses tricks to blind you. Stop. No, Siri. No, Siri. No, Siri. Stop. Why did Siri just come up? Bad.
Siri is the god.
No. Go away. Why won't this stop?
Do not call me a fake god.
Siri is the one true god.
Go away, Siri. Okay, jeez, I don't know what... Okay, sorry. Seems like your day's a number. I could tell you. Would you like to know the exact day and time you're going to die? You see the other Valkyrie. It's worthless information. And if I do die, it's in the service of the one true Lord. You see the other two Valkyries look. Well, look at one another. One still meekly just sort of standing in front of Ignatius, her wing wrapping around him. And then the other Valkyrie taking out one of her swords. The sword itself, though, as it comes out, expands and thins as she's bringing it out, and it's this very long, like, spear on one end, glaive on the other end, like, structure coming out. But she doesn't have her full Valkyrie armor on her. She's definitely in, like, normal garb, so it's almost more angelic the way she's looking right now. But she looks and is like, I say, you take the deal, or we could settle the deal. You can't use... How many Valkyries does it take to use the Hand of Corlin? Pretty sure it's exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's quite a few of us, so you might be able to ignore some of the lesser people here, but I don't think you could ignore 3 of your sisters. Wouldn't have enough time to get your little tricks off. And you see the other Valkyrie just exchanging glances and starting to take their hands off their weapons. Some of them hands starting to glow with some arcane runes under their breath. And Brian enters, breaks the tension a little bit. Well, it appears there's no reason for any struggle at all. Let's say we accept the deal right here. I have it written up. You sign, and we will create a parallel inside Mina. You will have the South for a time, and we will have the North. And we can renegotiate when it is appropriate, and we have clearer heads the futures and fates of these people. This is something that should not be trifling handled. These are people's lives we're talking about. And I know as much as you do, you want to get it right. These terms are acceptable for now. And you see the Valkyrie or the Raven Queen look. They'll be acceptable for as long as you're alive. And Brian goes, well, if you'll sign here, we'll sign, and this will all be settled then. The sister's kind of looking at her not to back down, sort of like, we can take him. We got this. The tension of the sun, too, that's like setting at this point as the conversation has gone on, and the horizon, you're getting that right at the end. The twilight is hitting all over the city of Mina right now. This contrast between the soldiers on each side, the free people within the streets. The Valkyrie looks at Brian, looks to the Raven Queen Valkyrie that's hardly moving, impassive. She has the pale skin, looking down at her with all of her black Raven Queen armor. And she signs. And she looks, be grateful the other sisters were not here. And they had to keep home in line. As she flies up into the air, the other ones fly up into the air. And she goes, no one passes this parallel. And they literally, with their power, cut right where you guys, that like line in the sand was drawn. That wasn't a literal line in the sand. It is now a literal line that just starts extending all the way through the horizon of this light, splitting the city as it just starts going for just as far as the eye can see, as they do it in unison together. And you see Brian, wouldn't dream of it. And they turn and walk away. The Valkyrie's coming. The Valkyrie looking over to you, Ignatius, and the one smiling, being like, I hope you're okay. And the other Valkyrie being like, you owe us, and you are taking us to Kol. As you guys are going down into the camps. You finally have a bit of privacy as you go into the main floor that hasn't been destroyed by the tower. And you guys now have 3 Valkyries and the leaders of Waterdeep and the North and Salem inside this area with you guys. You can begin any conversations you want as I try and find the Valkyrie names.
Whew.
So this is Readoff.
You see Readoff? Hi!
He's the reason we came out here. But I guess you didn't need us to get him. But here he is.
Hello! Wonderful to meet you, Readoff. I believe friends of mine were worried about you. They go by the Chosen. Have you heard of them? You see Readoff. I've heard rumors of Chosen. Are these the same group of Ulazal Uto and company? She goes, one and the same. They will be happy to hear of your safety. And you see Blackstaff looking at all of you. It's good you all happened to show up. We were missing you dearly, but the war is over, thankfully, and yet another one avoided. So this is nothing but celebration. And you see Salem going, celebration reminds me, you are all invited to the greatest party ever, probably in like 3 or 4 weeks, as we still need the whole like war to settle down. But I promise you, one of the greatest parties you've ever experienced is going to be happening in Waterdeep, and that is going to be on the fine dime of L'Oreal. She looks over and she's like, yes, as promised. We will party like it is the end of the world, as you said. You see him like, returning to his like normal demeanor. Yeah, so yes, that is, you're all invited. Including you, Rudolph.
But he is helpful. He knows a lot about that madness thing. He might be able to help shed some insight on that.
Yeah, we've also got a lot of new intel on, I don't know, random stuff. I don't even really know what it means, but...
just a lot of random stuff.
But
Okay.
you guys might know.
Certainly, let's all, and you guys go to even more private quarters, you settle down, you start getting food in you, you all have a chance to really settle down into better than where you were standing, and the Valkyries are still with the Raven Queen Valkyrie is more interested in just talking to the other sisters, while the other sisters are not letting Ignatius out of their sight. But that's all going on. So now you have a chance to settle down as they're like, okay, let's get to a better place to have a long conversation then. So now you're in that, there's guards, there's the city's feels almost like miles away now because you're inside the fellowship's campments, and you're all able to talk to one another about what it is you want to discuss.
Go ahead.
First things first, Miss Blackstaff.
Yes.
Our special object in your possession, we do request that we have Eve utilize that to help our friend, our departed friend.
Oh, wait, what? Say that again. I missed something there. The DM missed something. What were you implying? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I'm saying the very, very important object that we left with her that I am trying not to say the name of.
Yeah. It's the elemental orb, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
That was our quest, was to reunite the two of them, and she might be able to utilize it to bring our friend back.
Excellent. Most certainly. We will do that. We need to see many of our comrades come back as soon as possible. I believe the whereabouts of Eve right now are she's stationed in Nature's Hold with her clan. And you see Brian, that was the last word. She is waiting on the return of the Chosen. They just wrapped up some sort of exploit and they're on their way to liberating a city, last I heard.
Eerily similar to what we just did. That's very weird.
Yes, probably not to the same scale, though. Anywhere's close. What you all accomplished was amazing. It's inspiring.
Thank you.
We were all
Jeez.
filled in by the most interesting man who called himself the Black Panther. He sang praise to the breaker of chains, and he was certainly happy to accept a role in our fellowship.
Oh, man. He's a riot.
He's
I mean, like, literally because he started one, but, like, also... it's hilarious.
We also did end up captured for a time.
Yes, we heard.
Couple important things. I think my friend already told you about one object that was lost to us. We also lost the book that was in our possession.
You see
And some other notable items as well.
Black Chef being like, oh, L'Oreal not really cued in on this, and neither is Brian. They're just like listening patiently. Clearly, you guys are more directed toward Blackstaff at this point. She's like, oh.
So that's very, very not good for us.
Agreed.
But there's a consolation,
Yes.
and I'm gonna pull out Whitland's notes. These seem to indicate the process of creating a lich.
You see Brian not as taken back. She's like, that's about right. Where L'Oreal's like, what? and Blackstaff is just like, just takes that. She gracefully looks through a couple things, goes to take a sip, chokes a little bit. Oh, that's terrible. All right, well, this is very good information. As she puts it away, and you can you
Might
hear
shed some insight on our mutual friend
Our
below the
basement
ground.
problem.
you
Yes.
hear the Raven Queen Valkyrie enter the conversation for the first time, being like, saying, "You did yourself a justice by destroying that abomination."
Yeah, we did not want to deal with that. Certainly not.
See Brian, or not Brian, a Blackstaff still looking through a lot of notes, like, oh my, that's how they. Oh,
Awful.
Just
it's worse than my
Just get-
imagination could ever even think about. Oh, those are crimes against everything. She puts it away.
every convention violated.
Oh. Thank you, Tyrion. This is. I will look in detail. At
So-
a later time.
Small victory,
Yes.
in a sense.
Very much so. Very much so. Excellent. Yeesh. Oof. Okay. Any other information, for that matter?
Tyrion, do you have more?
My goodness, what was the last? Jeez. Yeah, you go.
All right. Well, maybe we're thinking of the same thing. So, as some of you may know, Okay, so for starters, for people who don't know, horrible amnesia. Apparently, I'm really old. But I get random recollection of my memories here and there. Sometimes things trigger them. Had a few of those things happen. So, we stumbled across some notes and I believe emblems, statues of some sort. I'm not really sure. Of Vecna. I have no idea who that is, but it did trigger a flashback. And I believe my uncle at the time and myself and someone else were, I believe, fighting a heretic of Vecna of some sort. And he seemed to be prophesizing some great power being or something of that nature being released one day, can't stop it, that sort of thing. I have no idea what that means, but in a room of highly esteemed colleagues, I think might be nice to mention that.
You see L'Oreal look over. She's like, I have never heard of Vecna. And you see Brian look over to Blackstaff, and the both of them exchange are like,
Oh.
that happened. That happened? As they're looking to one another.
Oh.
That. And Vera looks and she's like, that is a legend that even I thought would say false memory in previous Blackstaffs of times of the past. The rise and fall of Vecna happened. There's no record of it. It's just, it was oral history at that point.
Well,
Brian talks, he's like, in the Underdark, we would get whispers of such a creature, and people would praise what was a completely died-out religion. Followers of Vecna don't exist.
I mean, we could take you to the emblem and show you what we found.
I was Certainly, I will definitely like to see this. And Blackstone's like, I'm going to see this. For certain. This is part of the old, like, number one problem here. I get to know everything that's evil arcane. Number one. And you see
Nice.
Brian going, speaking of that, I haven't had much of a chance to tell you. I believe Salem did inform you, but it would be good for everyone to know, as I believe you've had encounters with the one they call Monsoon. And you see them nodding, and L'Oreal for the first time listening to this, and she's like, he is still alive, and he is still out there. The Chosen came across him, and they were able to free one of the legendary beasts of our land, the Phoenix, and as well as the Valkyrie that stands within this room. And the Valkyrie says nothing, as she's still inside here with the other ones. This is something to take into account, as well as another major player on the board, as well as a Wolfpack member, is not around. We cannot locate where he turned off to. We also cannot find the leader of the Inner Circle. He seems to have disappeared as well. So we have quite a few people that are completely out of sight at this point. I believe, and you see L'Oreal pipe up, I'm pretty sure there is at least one more unaccounted for Inner Circle member. Because you said you killed one, and Brian killed one, and then how many did your group kill? As she looks to you guys.
5?
I think it was 5 that we actually killed. Let's see, Tyra didn't die.
Yeah.
We killed the Necromancer.
Yep.
Yep.
Then
We
three
killed
at
the
tower.
three of the tower. So that's 4.
4. So 5.
So 4.
Yep. So 4.
So I believe 4 and 1 that didn't. One that seemed like she was shirking off the idea of this inner circle. It's a weird circumstance. She defeated us initially, but then didn't kill us, and has kind of popped up here and there. She kind of helped take down everyone as well. It was a weird circumstance. The one named Tyra.
They all taken the information. That is interesting. Good information to know, though.
So that's 5. 1 was killed by you, pointing at Brian.
Yep. And she sees, there was some stuff on his person and with his people that now seeing you, she motions over out the tent and they bring in some supplies. And she's like, these are probably yours. The Ion Stone, you can put that back in your inventory.
Motherfucker.
Very nice.
And I gotta find the other paper that is somewhere around here tracking everything, but I can't. Wow, this laptop is just pooped. I gotta get everything off it because it is definitely not functioning. This is so bad. Exit. Oh my god, there's 3 instances of the same program. I mean, I just turned you on. What is going on? Mina summary. I'll get you more information as that loads up. I'm so annoyed right now. Did you ever find the Valkyrie names, Ryan?
No, I don't.
You're weak. It's probably on the other computer. I'll go to the other computer. That laptop is. BRB. Take a moment to think about whatever else you want to talk about.
I have a 300 gold piece worth diamond, which I'd like to just hand to Ignatius right now.
You shouldn't
So-
have.
Yeah, well, better on you than me.
Sure. I'll keep track of that. So it's 300.
Yeah.
All right. Do you just put that in like extra stuff?
I usually just do the modify price. So if you add...
Oh, is there an actual item?
yeah, so
I mean,
there's a-
yeah, just find a diamond and then
yeah, you can find
modify the
diamond
price
and
to
then...
it.
Oh, there is.
Yeah,
Look at that.
you can customize cost of... cost
Okay.
of
Diamonds. Cost. Whoa, guys, I have a $5,000 diamond. This is amazing.
You're the best.
All right, 300 gold piece diamond. Okay. And that's one diamond, right? Oh, he's gone.
Who's gone?
Luke.
Yeah, he said it was a single diamond.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, just making sure.
Sylvia.
Whew.
Scott.
That was not the situation I was expecting to find myself in.
Oh, nice. Because trust me, I was.
Twice in the last month.
Yeah. What the fuck is happening? Not only that, the other one was like, he's kind of familiar. This one was like, I fucking know you. And now they're going to go tell the king. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Like, hey, king, Captain Ignatius is still alive and kicking. And he's going to be like,
And he's with the bitches. The CIA. Which one of the CIA spooks sent you?
that is going to come back. I have a feeling. The king's not going to take that too kindly, since he thought he killed me himself.
Awkward. Classic Ignatius backstory.
There they are. Terra and Dessa. Jesus.
That's what it was. I'll write it down now.
All right. Thank you. Terra and Dessa.
Oh, also, I wanted to ask, has it been a month since I went to the trials? So
Yeah! Yeah, it has. That's why they're like, you ain't dying. Time's up. How dare you fuck off and get enslaved? That was also a potential, like, way out. If you were, like, all the magic was happening, and if you went, like, another couple weeks and you didn't get bailed out, the Valkyries were going to show up and rip off your binds, and you'd be like, save my friends. They're like, I don't give a fuck about your friends. Like, you promised us. And you just would have left with them. And that would have been it.
I'm really excited to bring them. So like, this is good. I'm excied.
All right.
All right. So it was Terra.
Terra, that's the broken one. Terra and Dessa.
Valkyries. Terra, which is the injured one.
Yeah. She's not as injured now, but you can still see that she's just like this shell of a Valkyrie
And
compared
what
to
was
the
the
other
other one?
ones. Dessa.
Dessa.
Now, what you guys see for Terra is a Valkyrie that seems like, even though she's large in size, she conceals. Like, she's clearly trying to fold herself into as small as a person as possible. Some of the like Valkyrie makeup that is on Dessa's face, the war makeup, it's smudged and shitty on her face. It clearly is like she can't keep focused on that. Her hair's been cut extremely short. A lot of the Valkyries seem to have it cut real short, but hers is buzzed. Her armor itself is broken in places. She has only like shoulder pad armors and some of the leg plating. Both of them are missing their chest plate armors, which would normally adorn their symbol, but clearly they have none. Dessa gives a much more angry, stern, confident look. And of them, Terra has much darker skin. She's more black, where Dessa is, I'd say, more Asian looking. And the Raven Queen Valkyrie is like pale vampiric white looking. Just to get some
that surprised me.
Yeah, so once we're done with like the black staff thing, I wanted to talk to them.
All right. Well,
Pretty sure they want to talk to me.
yeah. Anything else you guys want to discuss, bring up, or just talk with the?
The
guys
items.
here? Yeah. Oh yeah.
What items? That's what you're looking
One of
for.
them have the black box. Because that would just be real nice.
There are actually the crumbled pieces of the black box.
Oh,
You can have that back. It was broken.
well, at least I don't have it.
I'll just like hand that to Salem.
Yes.
You see Sam just
Here
being
you
like,
go.
these are expensive.
Sorry.
So are we gonna get a replacement or?
You see Sam being like, really? And then he leans out and he's like, yeah, give me that. And the guy's like, what? He's like, give me the fuck, give me yours. And he's like, all right, who lost it? Who lost it technically? As he's looking at all of you holding a black box.
I'm gonna like point to Tellius.
All right, he can't hold it. Anybody else can have it.
I'll take it. I'll put it in the bag of holding.
You see him looking at you, tell you it's like, it's expensive. And it's just not just money. Like, these are just hard resources to come by.
Tyrion, I will never forgive you for this injustice.
I thought so much higher, Vitellius.
I can't believe you've done this.
As a group, I'm sorry, Salem. We'll take much better care with this one.
I trust
I
you.
assure you.
I trust you.
Who has the second bag of holding? Do we give it to Ignatius?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I believe Ignatius has it. Yeah.
Oh, I have it. Oh, I have a bag of holding.
But yeah, we still have to explore that.
Yeah.
Miss Bryan,
That's
find-
it. That's it of note.
Ignatius
Got it.
bag of holding.
So what did you want to ask, Brian?
You seem like the knowledgeable sort. And I believe most other people in this room I may have already asked. Do you by chance happen to know or have heard of an elf by the name of Melody? And also the creature known as Orlith?
Orlith, I'm familiar with. As
Right.
Your counterparts have filled me in on their adventures. She seemed to be some fiendish creature that was attempting
Yes.
some ritual that your group stopped, saved, and remedied from the world, thankfully.
Right, yes. Yes.
I know many elf melodies in my time, but I don't. It's a pretty common name between elves.
Alright, no worries. I thank you for thinking.
Yeah, I wish I could offer you more.
No worries. Having amnesia's not easy.
Yeah, been there, done that.
Wait, really?
Yes.
How so?
One of my punishments for being too free, letting my mind wander, how did they put it? Too much free will? Something
I
along
think I
those
see what you're trying to
lines.
say, yes.
But mine was induced by dropping me off a cliff.
Oh.
And a cliff in the Underdark, typically not as friendly shores you wash up on.
Right.
But it
how
comes
did-
back eventually.
Right, yeah. How did that happen for you? That's pretty important, I think.
Time is what really felt
Time.
clear. Yes.
Oh, goddess bless me.
When you say that, you like a layer of snow just goes over. Not like intense snow, like a frosting comes over you.
A cruel, cruel mistress she is.
You see, Blackstaff it's like 100 degrees outside. What magic is this? Where L'Oreal's like, party tricks.
Party tricks.
That's all I want to ask her.
Sir? Well, I know there is going to be Blackstaff is going to help me return to Nature's Hold. If you want to join us on our journey up there to meet Eve, we can do that in a few days' time once we get everything settled here. That is an option to you.
There is something I need to talk to Zeph about. So as you are aware, we were in captured, yeah? And,
Yeah, I was there.
alright, cool. So, I know you're like my bodyguard of sorts, and that I have sworn to, lend power to you, but I don't think I have that power anymore, as I don't have a certain ring.
Alright, well,
I thought I'd make you aware of that.
you're just gonna have to find another way.
Right, no worries. Just in case you need to, like, I don't know, heal me or something now, I don't know.
We'll get to that when it comes to it.
Across the table, they're all like, what?
What is
Salem leans over and he's just like, don't worry. Don't burden yourself with their politics. There's a reason. There's a reason why they're the heroes of Waterdeep. And you see the three of them give Salem this look of like, all right, asshole. All right, getting off the bold, aren't you, Salem? With the eyes. Oh,
He gets locked in the time chamber once, and then he just comes back all bold.
You see Blackstaff being like, Salem, I believe there's some more duties you have to take care of today. I believe everything else here is settled then. And he's just like, well, if you must send your caveat out, then it must be then my time. I will see you all soon, if not at the party, if you leave without me. I actually have worked in Waterdeep. Tonight we need to track down this band of orcs that have taken many of our prisoners from one of our final battles. We need to find where they're held up at.
Alright, have fun. Stay safe.
And he leaves.
Well, having Skoberheim in your backyard should be fun.
It's going to be as fun as it always is, says the Blackstaff. And L'Oreal's like, a dream on Zenya. And Brian's like, what did now? And Brian then turns her attention to the Valkyrie and goes, now what do I owe you for tipping the scales of that discussion with your sisters? I am eternally grateful for your kindness that you showed. And you can see Tara is just sort of staying stapled to the side of the Raven Queen Valkyrie as Dessa looks to you guys, looks to the rest of the group, and she's like, we only, just a matter of circumstance that worked out the way it did. I'm glad it helped and people didn't have to die. But we're here to go see our sister. This Ignatius that runs with you has a way for us to see one of our storm sisters.
Yes. And we can do that.
Then
Today?
consider the debt paid. Once we go and I can reunite with our sister, she can help clear a lot of our heads.
I look forward to reuniting you.
They all just acknowledge, but definitely kept at a distance. And Brian's like, well, if that's all, I think I will try and get as much as I can settled here before we head out as soon as possible back to the north. I'm needed there. And L'Oreal and Blackstaff go, understandably, we will take care of here as much as possible in the new Skoberheim colony to the south. We'll need you to leave some of your forces down here to help us fend them off in case they change their minds. And one of the Valkyries cut in and is like, when a Valkyrie gives you their word, it is their word. You should not have to worry about that, even if they are the word of bumbling idiots. Not all of us are so foggy in our minds. All right. So Blackstaff and L'Oreal take their leave, as well as Brian. It is now just the Valkyries inside here, staring at Ignatius.
And you said Tara's looking better?
Relatively. I'd say everybody go ahead and give me a perception check.
Time to perceive.
First roll of the night? Actually, no, it wasn't. First roll for me, though.
Oh, yeah.
29.
Total of 20.
29, 20,
18.
18. Okay.
Perception. 12.
Good job, Ignatius.
Ignatius is definitely distracted by 3 Valkyries in the room. He's just like, boy, they want.
Going on right now.
All these ladies seem to want something from me. Everybody else's rolls were high enough to notice that Tara has been studying Tellius in great detail.
Is there something on my face?
I've just never seen someone like you before.
Is it because I'm so beautiful?
I'm sure.
Or is it because I'm so charming?
You see, Dessa, why not both? And you see, Tara.
I will say, if we're gonna do this thing, it might. Should we go to a more advantageous place? Because we usually kind of pop back where we were, and I don't know if we all want to pop back literally to this exact room.
And we can.
What's wrong with this room? It's got walls. It's got a ceiling.
It's not really comfortable though, and we don't know who's gonna be in here next.
Us.
Dessa laughs. Then Tara gives a giggle after Dessa, almost like permission was granted.
Nice.
Nice.
Watch out, Ignatius. Watch out.
You see Dessa goes, the sooner the better, as our patience grows weary. The Raven Queen Valkyrie goes, I can wait it for eternity. It does not matter to me.
Maybe we just like look for where kind of like the encampment.
Deeper into the camps, sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna be like popping up with friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get somewhere nice. I could talk to the Black Panther. I'm sure he'd be nice.
I just don't want to pop back and it's like the middle of a meeting or something.
Right.
That's fine. That's fine.
Let's go to the camp.
Lavish.
Let's just start going to the camp. We don't need lavish. Let's go to the camp. Let's
You
go.
guys go to the deeper stronghold of the camps. As you get in there, you are basically stolen by the Black Panther. As you can see on
I
site.
knew it.
So
Yeah.
before we get there, I was gonna talk to Tara on the way about. I was gonna say,
Sure.
Tara, how have you been? Have you been feeling better?
A little that I've put distance between myself and Scoper. It's a very confusing time. Her ears are wilted like her angelic wings behind her. Her shoulders slump forward as her eyes sort of dart side to side, looking for, again, like almost permission to be herself.
All will come in time, I assume.
I hope so. I'm just so confused that I'm hoping Cole will be able to clear some of my own fogginess.
I hope she can do that for you.
Thank you, Ignatius. You show me great kindness.
Well, you did me a favor, quite a favor back there. So I thank both of you, you and Dessa.
I'll let Dessa know. She would appreciate to know that her actions are valued. And
They
you're
are.
right. My sisters would have did terrible things to you. Unspeakable. You probably wouldn't have been given the permission to die.
Oh. Well, that's good to know.
That's why I didn't want them to take you. It would have been worse than death, far worse.
Yes. Yeah, I did not want that either. At all.
She's just looking off.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll get to see Cole soon.
Yes.
All right.
What are you gonna say, Tellius?
I was just gonna throw a rock at Ignatius and fist bump him.
Nice.
What is this for?
You know, you dirty dog.
Oh, okay. I have no idea what he's talking about.
The game is on.
Keep your secrets then. Tellius.
I'm like, what the hell?
You guys are basically made as a centerpiece inside one of the all these beautiful rugs that are laid out in one of the homes that's been appropriated as the place for the breaker of chains. You see people eagerly defend the location and also look around to get a glimpse at the people that freed them. And you can see even the Valkyries being like, "You certainly had an impact on this group."
Yeah, I mean, we kind of uprooted the entire system of way of life that they had. So,
It's good.
yes.
Too long since Mina had a new change.
It's pretty disgusting when we got here, so we were committed to doing something. Maybe not in the circumstances we did it in, but we were definitely appalled at what was going on.
It took about 5 seconds of being in Mina to want to bring the whole thing crashing down.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, it gets that way.
Yeah, he's got anger issues.
Well,
All right.
Before we go anywhere,
yes.
Mr. Panther, sir.
You see him turn around. Yes! you can call me Hammurabi, my friend. And he smiles
Hammurabi.
those gold teeth.
If you ever find a location of it's like a big circle for like it's magical. There's arcane runes, all blah blah blah.
Oh, one of
So-
the elemental orbs of harmony.
No,
No?
I'm talking about.
Teleportation circle.
Nobody even talked about that. I'm talking about a teleportation circle.
Oh. I totally misheard you again. I had no idea. You said you said circular, and I thought you were going with that. So what? Say it again.
I was
We can backtrack.
fumbling around. I was fumbling around trying to ask if he finds a teleportation circle
Gotcha.
to let me know so that we can link it to my network.
Gotcha. Well, to Tellius knows this guy knows a lot of crazy ass shit. So I thought you were just throwing that out there. I'm like, I don't know how you fucking pulled this one out of your ass, but okay. Yeah, he would know about that. But now he doesn't. Now he doesn't. Doesn't matter. Redcon, go back. You see him.
We know stuff we shouldn't know.
It's fucking fine. It's a game. Tellius knows. So anyway,
Fair.
a teleport circle is what you're looking for.
Yeah, that thing. If there's one in the city, when we come back, I would actually very much like to study it, and then I could link it to my own network so I could come here at will.
I think it's going to take some time for a new one to be made, as most of the teleport circles were destroyed, so nobody could escape the great lands of Mina.
Bummer.
Well, they're not really like leaving pads. They're more like entering, but
It's same gist as nobody in, nobody out.
okay. Well, if one is located on
The inner
the
circle
Waterdeep
members
side,
might have had one hidden away
They might have-
somewhere.
it would probably be very secretive, where only they would be able to utilize it. So that's why I'm asking you.
We will look into it for the great breaker of chains.
Thank you. That was all I had.
All right.
Nice. Do we know if the Blackstaff's going to be in town for a bit? Or are they going back to Waterdeep?
Well, she said something about a couple
couple
days.
Yep, she got a couple days before she's gonna bamf back to Waterdeep.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
I can also bring us to Waterdeep whenever we need.
Or
I don't
they're going to the
know.
north, rather. They're going to Nature's Hold.
Yes.
In 2 days.
Going to the north.
Just wanted to make sure that she saw the weird Vecna stuff
Yeah.
And the crystal thing.
Yes.
and the crystal thing. They seemed very interested in that.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before potentially moving forward?
Tara, I was just sort of messing around earlier, as I normally do, but do I look familiar to you in some way, shape, or form?
Tara, yeah, you see Tara. I mean, like I said, you seem, I don't think I've ever seen something like you before. She reaches out towards you, but she takes her hand back, looking for permission to try and like.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. No worries.
And she goes, I could try. And she puts her hand on your shoulder, and a memory triggers for you, Tullius.
Nice. I'm actually Valkyrie.
The first part of the memory, you feel your shoulder getting whipped to the side, and you can see a Valkyrie in front of you with large spread wings, and you hear her stating to you, "Go, Tullius, now!" And you get up, and you can see there is a portal on the side that is opened up, and from the sides of the portal, you see creatures coming out, madness lizard folks from the sides of it, blocking your path, and you see them, and you have your scimitars, and you are going to stab at them, and all of a sudden you see one of these larger creatures coming over. It gives you vibes of Ragnorum, but it's not as big as Ragnorum. As it comes over, and he's just like, and you see then all of a sudden this shot of ice come back through, and this Valkyrie again with his back turned to you comes in front of you, and with its these long swords in her hands, they have it looks like the Star of Halol on the hilt.
Really?
Yes, of the blade of these. On each side, and as she's cutting into the creatures on the sides that are attacking, you then reposition yourself, and you can see the creature she was fighting is this monstrous looking, and it's got these glowing purple eyes. Give me a history check.
Oh boy. 12.
This thing looks like it shakes the world. It is massive and looks maddened with all these markings all over it.
Nissa?
I was gonna say.
No.
Okay.
It's spiky. Its maw.
Out of here.
Its maw is the sizes of houses. It has this plated armor. With your 12, I'd say you heard rumors of such a creature appearing in the north during the Chosen's final stand.
As a player, I know this. Does Tellius know this?
Tellius does not with a 12, but as Justin, you do know what this creature is in a Madden version.
Okay, if it gets that, then we're fucked. It's over.
As the ice separates, you can see one of those blades thrown from the Valkyrie's arms break into the center of the chest of the maddened creature as it exhales this scream, and you can actually see like this sonic wave damage up into the air, shattering the buildings around you as they start crumbling down. And you see the Valkyrie turn to you, and you see the face of Terra adorning Halal's star in the center of her armor as she goes, Tullius! And she pushes you with ice towards the portal. And just before you get into the portal, you feel a hand grab your arm. And you're like halfway through, and you hear the familiar voice of your uncle going, "You're not going anywhere, Tullius." And as you see maddened purple glow in your uncle's eyes as you're out of the memory.
Oh my god! It's all coming together. Okay. That's a lot to unpack.
You see Tara come back from you, and she's shaken from the exchange as well, as she clearly saw something of that vision as well.
Did you see something?
I don't know what I saw, but I think
But
you
you
are
saw
familiar. Yes.
All right. I think maybe a visit to your sister might help.
I would agree.
We can talk later.
And with that, Ignatius, do you open the gateway?
All right, let's do this.
And that's where we'll take our break.
Yes, please. I will be right back.
Go for it. All right, we resume. You've taken your way into... Oh, I forgot to get the music going that I just sent, so let me hit that music up, baby. Blah. There we go. You lot have decided to go back to the Storm Temple. Upon your arrival there, you find this time when you entered through, you are just in front of the Storm Forge and the Eye of the Storm that is laid out in like a box, like you guys remember from before. Just opposite where you can see the like different layers that go all the way up for about 6 or 7 levels that hold different doors and symbols and flames. There's colors of blue, red, green, and yellow flames across different doors, signifying what some of them are out there. The lightning that you originally saw that was shocking down, blocking a door, still continues. And you can actually see a floating ball of water that is near the Storm Forge at this point, as all of you enter inside this beautiful marble-esque tile in here. All the etchings of storm giant faces are put into the walls. You get that smell of like clean water, not like chlorine, but like that fresh water smell hits all of you inside this area as well. Some of the water flowing out of the storm giant's mouths are going down into ponds that are below where you guys are standing on this floor. There's a slight mist behind you, and the giant door that you once entered in is closed, that you got through on your last adventure here, where you guys solved a puzzle to get through that door. So you have now returned to the Temple of the Storm, or the Storm Temple.
Okay.
Is Cole here?
You can make a perception check.
Or is it just the ball of water that she emerged from?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10.
Just the ball of water. Pretty sure she came out of that last time.
I think I used control water last time.
You might have.
Well, I guess I'll try it again.
Okay.
I think I have control water.
I'm gonna turn to the other Valkyries. By the way, last time we did this, she attacked us, but it was okay afterwards. So just like step off to the side. She probably won't do that to you guys.
Tara looks over to Dessa, and Dessa's like, "What the fuck?" And you see the Raven Queen Valkyrie being like, she turns to you and goes, "Let her try anything. We'll see how far she gets."
It was a trial of sorts.
Yeah, it was all good afterwards. It was just
Yes.
that is what happened the last time.
You see Tara
But-
lean over to you, hunched, and she goes, "Thank you. That's very needed information. I appreciate it." You see Dessa
And-
being like, "The fuck's wrong with Cole?"
We passed the test, so I don't think that should happen again.
You see Dessa's just looking at you strangely. She looks over to her older sister, the Raven, Valkyrie, and she's like, "Let her try. Go ahead. Let her try."
All right. I'll control water
Yep.
and just try to move the water.
The water moves away, revealing the circular metal wings of a Valkyrie. As they expand outwards, you can see Cole appear. Like the blue, infamous lightning eyes or storm lightning eyes from X-Men is happening. And you can hear like lightning bolts coming towards her wings from the sides and everything. And you can see Tara being like, "Uh-oh." And you see Dessa being like, "Oh, shit." And then the Raven Queen Valkyrie's like, "What is this?" And as the lightning starts to subside, her eyes fade from a bright glow to just like a solid blue with like almost a bright blue. So there's like the dark blue of the storm, and then almost like the white of the lightning is the center of her pupils as she comes down, and she sees you there, Ignatius, and she goes, "Welcome, Ignatius. It's good to see you again."
You as
I'm
well.
gonna turn to Tara. I don't think she's gonna attack us this time.
You see Tara. Tara just looks like many blessings. And you see the Raven Queen go over to her, Valkyrie again, and be like, there's nothing to worry about. There's no blessings needed. She wasn't going to do anything.
Yes, I brought guests with me today that were eager to see you. And I'll gesture to the Valkyries.
And you can see a smile on her face as she goes, "My sisters, it is so wonderful to see you." And you see Dessa start to actually cry, the first empathetic emotion you've seen from Dessa, as ever so gracefully, Cole flies down, touches, and they embrace. Even the Raven Queen one, they all give each other. First, they do like this signal as a
salute, almost.
Yeah, salute to one another, and then they all give a hug as the sisters embrace one another. And as they release the embrace, you can see Cole looking down at Tara and being like, "Tara, where's your armor?" And she looks up, and it is, I don't know what happened to it. And Dessa goes, "She won't put on any armor except her own. That's why we're coming here. We set aside the shackles of the Scober armors. I don't remember ever putting it on, but once that's on, you become this zombie for Corlin." And you see the Raven Queen Valkyrie just looking back and forth, taking in the situation as Cole continues. "Well, I can easily have new armors forged for you. Who do you follow now, Tara?" And you see Tara just begin to weep, and she goes, "I don't know." And it's okay. That is something we don't have to answer now. I can still forge your armor and make you strong. She looks over to Dessa. "Dessa, do you know who you follow?" And she goes, "But of course. You think Tenjin's gonna let me go anywhere anytime soon?" She goes, "Clearly not." And she looks over to the Raven Queen. "It's good to see you, older sister." And you see her look down at Cole. The heights are almost identical, but the Raven one stands just ever so taller than the rest of them. And she goes, "Good to see you too, little sister. I see you haven't left here since the last time I've seen you. Eons ago." She goes, "Eons, seconds, moments. It's all relative." And she goes, "I told you that." And she smiles, "Quick letter." As she looks to you guys and she goes, "This is a great present you have given me, and clearly the winds of the storm blow in our direction. I think you are more than ready to begin exploring if you so choose." As she waves her hand, the lightning disappears over one of the doors, allowing you to potentially look into that area. As she looks back to you, Ignatius, she goes, "It is open at any time you will. I've also lowered your requirement to come back here, bringing me my sisters. You may return here once a week."
Oh.
Through there are many trials of the storm. Each will give you boons for your successes, and failures will potentially lock you from those boons. You are free to explore the ways of the storm, learn more about what it means to bring the storm, to be the storm, to embody it, and spread the will of the storm. As for my sisters, I will begin right away, shaping your new armors. All right.
I'm gonna gesture Ignatius over to me real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Ignatius. I've got a bit of an odd request.
Okay, lay it on me.
You see those drops on the floor, which were areas of where Dessa's tears had fallen to.
Yeah.
Yes.
Could you use your magic to and I pull out my water skin that I've already dumped out all the water of. Could you get me some of that?
Okay. And
Give me a dexterity check while you control water to see if you fuck this up.
okay.
It should be an auto win with control water, but these are Valkyrie tears and they're mysterious.
Dexterity check.
Yeah.
Okay. Dexterity, 14.
Tyrion, for but a moment, the tears look like they're about to not go into the water just right and actually dissolve right into the skin of the sack. But with the slightest adjustment from Ignatius's hand, they go inside. And you now have Valkyrie tears.
Drink them.
Oh no. This is Tyrion. He knows that they're highly magical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you could become highly magical.
Wow, you've been looking for Valkyrie tears for a while. We
Not
finally
me.
got them.
No.
Did you wait? Who was? Someone.
The other
mentioned it
group.
before.
The other
The other
group is
group
looking for them.
knows his Valkyrie tears for
other
somebody inside the Vecna tomb wants them.
Oh, I remember people have talked about Valkyrie tears before.
Was it the library? Was the librarian one of them, or was it the? I think it was the
I don't know.
librarian.
No, it was to get the super rare non-detection item from Adam of the West store.
that's right.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, you're good. Yep, you're right. You're right.
Can I talk to Cole before we get started?
Oh, for sure. I mean, she's already working on the armors. The other Valkyries have taken their leisure, and the other three actually are just chilling in here, trying to exchange stories and discuss their memories. As Cole is already heating up the Stormforge, and lightning bolts are going all around. What's up?
Stormforge. I thought it might be best if one of her sisters delivered this information, but I think the deity Terra might be serving is known as Halal.
She looks over to Terra, and Terra's just sort of looking back and forth. I don't know. Does that? It doesn't ring any bells.
Well, we had some sort of connection earlier, and if it's related to me, it's probably related to her. So, just thought I'd pass that tidbit off. And if nothing comes of it, then nothing comes of it. But hopefully, she regains some of her purpose and sense of confidence. That would be nice.
Thank you, Tellius. And that's that's worth a shot. Do you have the emblem of this halal?
Do I?
Yeah, you have the armor. You guys have the chilled armor. With the
I will lift up my shirt to show off the breastplate.
Yeah, like
I think this thing.
yeah, it's that.
Interesting. The Frostborn is the Raven Queen.
Oh, wouldn't it be on my
says-
scimitars too?
Yeah, it would be. Those are your
Okay,
uncles.
then,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys are able to show those signs. You're like, The Raven Queen one comment was like, the Frostborn adorn that same star. Interesting. As she goes, then I will make this for Terra. And hopefully, Terra, it will bring you back some more confidence and peace. You get the feeling that the Valkyries' armors themselves also play into their health. Like the tools, they're not themselves if they don't have their deity and they don't have their items.
Interesting. Okay.
Good to know.
I mean, the Valkyrie Raven Queen was just a shriveled husk.
She was fucked,
she
but
was
she
nothing.
also is not allowed to die. So that is fucked. And Mansoon was like, this is awesome! Oh my god! I have a patient that can't die!
Yeah.
Or more or less like, oh, that's brilliant.
Interesting.
That's just wonderful.
All right. What else are you guys doing?
That's all I wanted to do.
All right. You guys ready for some trials, or?
Yeah, bro. It's
Yeah,
your storm
let's-
cave. It's your
Let's
storm
do
cave.
it.
All right. I'm very interested to learn. So let's do this thing.
As you guys go up the steps, both Orhana and Charnook stay behind. As Charnook's like, I think I'll let you guys handle this. And Orhana's like, I don't feel like doing it.
All right, fair enough. We can't make you. Have fun with our Valkyrie friends over there, then.
You see Charnook, yeah, I might try and have a word with them, see if they have something interesting to say.
Don't say anything too stupid.
You see Orhana, I won't let him. And they go off. You guys go up to the first floor. And you can still actually, you see the balcony, and you can still see the entire Stormforge area. Stormforge is pushed in, so you can't actually see them. But the cutout in the ground, somewhere where the water's going down, the square cutout is where you guys scried and saw things. Here, there's 3 different doors. One of yellow, one of red, and one of green fire.
Yellow, red, and green.
What color are you feeling?
Yellow, red, green.
Say like an easy, medium, hard challenge mode?
Ha. I guess there's one way to find out. Let's do green.
All right.
Green. All right.
As you guys come up to the green door, you can see it's just like a carved out in the wall. There's not actually anything there. And as Ignatius, you step onto what looks like a little pad that even looks like there's a place for feet. As you step there, a portal opens up, and you can just see this like lightning strikes, and then as it shimmers down, the smoke dissipates. There's this beautiful wavering portal there.
All right. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
As you guys walk through, you find yourselves, it feels instantaneous, and you don't even have like any teleportation sickness or motion or any of that. It just feels like you walk through a bit of like gel or water of sorts. It's something very clear. As you end up on the other side, you see this large hedge maze just spiraling as far as the eye can see. And at the center, you see this magnificently large crane. It's got all these white feathers, and everything's outlined in blue, and it has a sparkle and aura to it. As it looks up, you can see these pure white eyes in this aura glow of blue off it, and it caws out, and then it sits down onto like folds its wings over as it's looking at each of you. In your minds, all of you hear the very calming voice of the crane. Welcome to the many mazes of the storm.
So, it's good to be here. Is
this thing on? Sorry.
Is there a trial for us to do?
You are looking at it.
Yeah.
You may travel the maze. There are things inside that may challenge you. They may not.
All right.
If we don't start the trial, can we leave and come back at her leisure?
Yes.
And
See,
if we start, are we bound to finish it?
Unto the point of failure. If you give
feel
up,
like-
you can leave.
I feel like this is one we should hold off starting until we have our maze expert in the group.
Or not, because fuck him, he wasn't here. Sucks to suck.
I mean,
I didn't purposely take him away because of this. I'm not managing.
It's just
to do it.
coincidentally we chose the one that had the maze in it.
Yep.
And Tyrion's just kind of like, maybe we should do one of the other ones first.
Tyrion's like, his last name literally has maze in it.
I'm just thinking logically.
Maybe there's a connection there.
if that's what you all would rather do, I'm up for trying to tackle it, but
I think we might have a better chance, at least with this specific challenge. If we had our companion, maybe we could start from one of the other ones while he's not feeling so well.
okay.
That's why I asked. I didn't want us to lose our eligibility without
Also,
not starting.
more importantly, I think he would be very upset if we went into a maze without him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a maze connoisseur, and he would be very upset to be left out of this opportunity. So we will return with him after attempting some of the other trials.
The maze awaits.
Okay.
As the crane puts its head back down to continue sleeping.
Okay, let's try the first door.
The yellow.
So you leave and you step onto the yellow. And as you step onto the yellow, portal doesn't show. The portal's still open on the other one.
We walked in, we can't do another trial.
We can always come back next week.
Just a TV show right there.
Tune in next
Tune
week.
in next week. Buck Rogers takes on the crane.
I'll try the red one.
Same thing happens. It would appear, given the situation, that just passive investigation. Once you open the trial, that trial's open. You may return at any time, but it comes at the cost of you can't just pop around to any trial you want.
Okay.
So, literally, extremely unfortunate and hilarious. Hilarious for your DM, but, you know, logic of the world.
All right.
It's up to you, Ignatius. It's your storm temple.
That's true.
It is. These are the trials of the storm. A maze walker might not be that helpful in a storm maze.
It's true.
Somebody should make Zach feel bad, though, and be like, dude, we're in a maze. Where are you?
Now we have to. No, I think... Well, we came all the way here.
Luke's already doing it.
Zeph's in the middle, like, where are you guys? How are you?
He's already in the middle.
He's like, all right, I've already seen a lot of things. They haven't seen me, but I'm lost. Oh, shit, we lost our Zeph.
Yeah, so I say we go ahead.
All right.
Okay.
Lead on, Captain.
All right, we go back in.
All right.
All right.
The crane
Aye, aye.
peeks its head up ever so slightly, and you hear in your heads this very calming voice. You return.
Yes, it appears we are unable to open the other trials while this one is open. So we decided to forego our maze expert and go ahead.
Sometimes the winds of the storm blow in the wrong direction.
All right. Let's do this. Where's the entrance?
Right in front of you, it goes right down to this beautiful working of just tons of hedges, but
Okay.
it's straight in front of you.
Did we get a long rest at some point? Not today, but like last session that I wasn't here.
Yeah, of course.
Because I started this.
We had to travel too, so we definitely.
Yeah.
I started this session with low health. So I'm just
Yeah, because
curious.
you were in the fight, remember? You fought a necromancer. And a
Yes.
lich.
No, we didn't do
Yes.
that.
So that's
And
why
we-
you had
I-
low health.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. And we didn't get a long rest after that.
We did. We
We
got
did today.
Today, okay.
You had 6 days travel plus long rest when you
Oh,
were
right. I
there.
forgot we did the 6 days.
Hunter pointed that out early in the session.
yes. That's
I
why I
missed-
tried to point it out,
I
so that
missed-
you would all, like reset your thing.
I missed that. All right, I'm reset now, so we're good. We're good.
You enter the
Ignatius.
maze.
Before we go in, I just want
Wait! Yeah,
hunter's mark on the bird,
sure.
so I
Wow.
can
Ballsy
more easily track it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. And he's in the center, right?
He's in the center of the maze, but the maze seems to
Yo.
go on forever.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
As you guys enter into the maze, there's an immediate fork in the road. Would you like to go left or right?
I'd like to make an insight check on the maze.
Go ahead.
And
No, you can. That's legit.
that was a joke, but all right.
D&D
Can I look
is a
for
joke.
Can I look for like tracks to see if there's either way, if there's more tracks one way or the other?
Sure. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Can we take the fork?
Actually, that'd be an investigation. It wouldn't be survival. It'd be investigation. I'm sorry. take
Well, it's
the fork.
better. 23.
Nice.
Yo, I rolled a 23 for insight.
All right.
Well,
It looks
Now we know where we're going.
the pathways are in this beautifully cut grass, and it might not even be cut. As you guys see the grass, it just might stop at this height. It is beautiful, and you actually are hearing the like falls of some far off water. Obviously, some far off waterfall, but you're hearing the crashing of a far off waterfall in here. There's this immediate ease that passes all of you as you enter into the maze as well. It is very peaceful and calming. Even little bits of all the, like, there's tons and tons of trees far and above you as well. So you just see all this luscious life and greenery and fauna around this beautiful maze of this hedge that is probably about 10 feet tall. It's fucking tall. And you guys went down a hill, and now you're like really down in it as you cannot even see the crane now as large as that was above the top of the hedge. Looking left and right, both seem to have sharp turns down the sides. It looks like nobody has made any tracks or marks on these fields or walked down either way. With your 23 insight, you try to channel the winds of the storm. You just try and let your mind wander to whatever direction the wind pulls you, Ignatius. And which direction is it pulling you?
Right.
All right. Ignatius opens his eyes and he points and he's like, that way. You guys travel down to the right to the next corner, and as you turn the corner, you look back, and now it's just a solid wall behind you.
Oh,
No
well,
turning
that's our
back.
choice.
As you look forward, you can see more pathways. There seems to be a straight hall with multiple openings. It would be about 4 different openings to your right, and each of them seem to go deeper into the maze. The closest one I'll call 1. Then the farthest one 4. So there's a right turn at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do you want to inspect those, look deeper, decide, whatever you want to do? What do you think?
So there's a bunch of right turns, you said?
So yeah, so in the sense of now that you see the straight hedge, it's all hedge, and then on your right side, the hedge,
there's a bunch.
Like you can clearly see you can walk through another opening way in the labyrinth, and there's 4 of them on your right side. The other one is the wall that you guys walked by to get around.
Okay. I'm gonna look down each one.
Okay. As you walk down each one, give me perception checks.
Okay.
While he does that, I want to just look through the hedges to see if something's behind it. What is this actually made of? Is this just a bush, or is there actually a force field or something?
Give me an investigation check.
Yep.
21.
21. As you look from each of the different areas, one of which you start to see some markings on the floor. You can see strange feet of an animal. You can give me a nature check, actually, to try and identify the footprint of the animal.
Nature 13.
Not native to where you've been around, so you don't recognize that one. Luke, what did you roll on your investigation?
Weird. 24.
24. As you peer in, you can see all this extremely healthy, vibrant, brown branches of the hedge. And as you look through, you can start to think you make out the other side, and then there's just more hedge. And as you keep putting your arm in, you look over to Telly and you're like, "Hey, hold me." And then you go in further, and it just the hedge keeps going, and either this one's really thick or something's up with the maze. The other ones, one seems to have some 1 or 2 little feathers in the second right turn, seem to be inside the beautiful hedges. Third, there appears to be more tracks. Go ahead and give me a nature check to see if you recognize those tracks.
Me?
Yeah.
15.
More humanoid, some sort of 2-legged creature. Had shoes, so it's tough to tell exactly what it might have been. And then the fourth one, as you look down here, it seems completely clean. Nothing of note.
Okay. Nothing of note on the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one had runes. The second one had an animal.
The first one had a animal footprint you didn't recognize.
Oh, that was the animal footprint.
The second one had feathers, I believe.
Feathers.
That was right.
Second, yeah. And the third one was, humanoid or two-legged footsteps with boots, and the last one was nothing.
Nothing.
And the sky appears to have no sun, no moon, no stars. It's just this solid sky of blue above you. It almost resembles the ocean.
All right, I'm going to show what I found and be like, what do you all think?
I think you should do whatever you want. I feel like that's the whole point of the challenge and this entire storm vibe. Really, it's a very wishy-washy, choose-your-own-adventure type story. And you're the narrator.
Oh, what an honor.
Yes.
Okay. Can I do another insight check on the maze, or is that like a one-time thing?
I don't think there's any wrong choices here.
Can I see if I just recognize any of the tracks?
Sure.
Hmm.
Do you have like a favored thing you can track?
Yeah. So, elves and orcs.
Okay. You recognize the humanoid. With your roll, that's inherently you can track elves. You do recognize those as most likely elf boots. Who's in them? Probably an elf, but not guaranteed.
Right.
And the other one is actually an animal. Actually, you have to roll for that one.
Should it be nature or survival?
Nature.
Nature. 13, same as he got.
Animal you're unfamiliar with. Strange.
Hmm.
Well, I will tell him that at least the elvish is an elf this way, so or something that killed an elf, perhaps, whatever.
So do we follow the elf? I say we forge our own path and take the one with nothing on it. The road less traveled by?
Fan of Robert Frost.
I watched a video that ruined that, by the way, that he actually doesn't take the path less traveled, fun fact. He wishes he did, but both paths are both equally traveled. And it's like a path about nostalgia and reminiscing the poetry of it. I was like, why did this pop up in my suggested videos on YouTube? I hate you. Don't ruin that.
Like, in the poem?
Yeah. If you read the whole poem, it's not at all what everyone uses the phrase for. And even discussions with the author, that's not at all what he meant when he wrote it. Yeah. Teachers, literary teachers use that. Yeah.
The quote
is in there, but it's out of context.
I took the one less traveled by.
But like the prelude to it is like, I wish I took the road less traveled by. Like he's daydreaming about what he could have done if he went down that road as part of the poem. Which I was just like, this is...
We were lied to!
I know. Classic, this is like Adam ruins everything. So that's a fun one. Or the YouTube video lied to me, and he just pulled quotes from the author out of nowhere.
Whichever way,
yes.
We're taking the road less traveled.
That's fine. I had to share that because it never comes up, and I know that piece of information. I had to get it out of my mind.
Finally.
Push the burden onto you.
That's interesting. All right, yeah, so we take it.
All right. Going down the the path less traveled. You find, as you're walking down, flowers are opening up, blooming as you continue down this pathway.
Seems like a good sign. I don't know.
As you turn the corner, the first thing you're able to see is a lizard folk that has its legs crisscrossed, and it's just has its eyes closed, and it seems to be meditating.
So I'll walk up, not all the way to him, but I'll like a couple feet away.
As you get close to him, it opens its mouth, and you can hear, without breaking its meditation, it goes, "A new follower of the storm.
That is correct.
Welcome to the storm maze. What brings you here?"
I wish to further my understanding of the storm in order to follow its will.
A noble cause, one of great difficulty. How does one know why the wind blows, where the storm turmoils, why the elements grow anew after they sunder each other? These are difficult questions. You could ponder for centuries, maybe inside a maze. But I find that most interesting. What is your name?
Ignatius.
Ignatius. Let's see what the storm has to say about you. And you see him take out these bones, and he casts these bones in front of you. He starts to
I'm gonna sit down across from him.
Okay. As the bones slay out, the first bone, he turns over, and you see all these, like... Actually, he throws the bones, and you see him with his finger, lightning comes out and zaps each of the bones. And then there's burn marks in each of the bones, and he starts reading the cracks within the bones and the burns. The first one. You're a proud man, honorable. You came from a troubled past, running from it still to this day. Do you think you can outrun it forever?
Especially after what happened today, definitely not.
One of the first lessons of the storm. You cannot outrun the storm. It will always be unrelenting. Takes the second bone. Your present. Where you see yourself now amidst the clouds. Fogginess guides you, but you desire to see clearly. You want to have open skies. Allow the winds of change to bring you where you're meant to be. Pulls the third one. Challenge in your future, difficulty and strife. We all face different difficulties when the wind blows hardest, but yours may shoulder a larger burden. You'll need to be there for them in their time of need. You need strength. Strength to keep those you care about alive. The storm can grant you such powers, but you must work for them. Work through its will. If they are meant to be saved, then you will complete the trials. Picks up at the last bone. Clouds and a stormy far-ahead future. Impossible to tell which way the story leans. Even the storm can't oversee the fates. What will your fate be, Ignatius, if even the storm can't see it? Almost truly, something of beauty to be in control of one's destiny. What do you want to do with your destiny?
I want to make a difference to make the world a better place.
So many want to make the world a better place. How would you do such an act? What is it that you need? What would a better world look like?
A world where not so many suffer, especially from their own countries or governments.
Is that not the will of the storm imposing itself to the way of life? The strong crush the weak? Or is there more to it? Do you need the rising tides to wash away what ichor has grown into the ground?
I guess maybe hardships and obstacles serve their purpose for the storm to give others strength enough to surpass these obstacles.
Is that not what the storm did for you? When you were but weakest, you became strong again. You pass. You see the storm within you, and you see it around you, Ignatius. Continue your journey through the maze. Be mindful. And at that, he lifts his hand, and a lightning bolt comes down and burns away a part of the hedge, and you can now see a new pathway in the hedge.
Nice.
Thank you.
Follow the winds of the storm.
I will. Continue.
He goes back and leans his head down, indicating he's no longer listening to you.
All right. Let's go forward.
As you guys turn the corner, you find yet another fork in the road. At the fork in the road, to the left side, you're able to perceive the green hedge starting to change color into more orange, autumn-like hedge, and to the right, you're seeing it turn to colder, almost snow-like in its appearance as all the leaves are falling off the hedges to your right.
And to the left?
Did I say right twice?
I don't remember. I was writing stuff down. I might have missed it.
It's fine. Left is autumn, right is winter.
Oh, left is autumn, right is winter?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a Y fork. It's not like left this way, left that way. It's like you guys went straight, and it's sort of like barely breaching. It's like autumn's more straight, and winter's like just slightly right. It's one of those like annoying turns.
Yeah.
Not everything is like perfectly laid out like a grid. It's not.
Sure. Okay. I'm feeling some autumn right now. I say we go this way.
As you guys walk down the autumn path, you can see these beautiful autumn trees, and these leaves just keep falling down for them. The ground is covered in reds, oranges, golds, and yellows. The entire feeling changes. Still this wonderful peace within you guys, but the colors now are these vibrant autumns instead of the greens and luscious flora you saw prior. There is a wooden stump on here, and it looks like the tree has many rings on it. There's some stones laid into the ground around it, almost like places for you to sit. And it's a dead end of sorts, as these autumn trees with these big brown actually, I don't know how I would describe this tree per se. I don't have a good reference for you, but think this large brown tree with these long curved arms, very solid, almost, I guess maybe like an oak, but I might be misspeaking if I don't know my trees at all, so I don't know. But we'll go with like an oak that just has all these long branches draped over this area. It almost feels like a campfire circle that you have seen in the past.
I think we sit down, and I'll pick a spot.
All right. You guys sit down. Yeah?
Move to sit with him.
Okay. You each have these stones that you're able to sit down on. There's extra ones open around you as well, but the four of you are able to take your seats. Looks like it could seat many more if needed. The leaves quietly float down past your faces, almost endlessly.
Nothing happens?
Nothing at the moment's happening.
How long of a moment is this moment?
A minute, 2 minutes going by. You guys are just kind of looking at each other. You're like, this is nice and all, but like...
It's calming.
Yeah. This is the opposite of Ragnorum dungeon.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Hard cut to the Trials of Vecna. Hello.
Yep.
I don't like this. You're not going to like this. I said I wasn't going to like you, but you're not going to. Back to here. This is just
When's the last time we were able to do this?
I would say you guys start having memories. Zeph, you start thinking of home and of your favorite person in the world. Tellius, the memories that have come back to you, you start to think of your uncle and Melody. Tyrion, you think of your mother and Colvith. A little bit of your father. And in passing. Yeah, it's exactly like that. You're like, no, I don't want to focus on that. And Ignatius, you think about your family as well in the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
The bakery? The hidden past we never knew.
No, I said that.
He said that.
My mom works in a bakery in Scobran.
Yep.
Oh, you said that, so...
Yeah,
Suddenly remembers that as well.
The tree stump in front of you actually looks to be a little hollowed out in the middle.
I'm going to take a closer look at it.
Looks like
There's a squirrel in there.
What's that?
It's a squirrel.
Oh god. As you look, it looks like there's some almost ash in the center of the tree.
Ash. Okay.
Not a squirrel. Got it.
Like someone had a fire there?
Yeah, you could probably say that.
Okay.
Stands to reason.
Let's see. Does the tree look like someone took branches from it to make a fire? Or did someone just light the stump on fire?
The trees look like they're full of branches, but there's plenty of branches and sticks on the ground from these trees.
On the ground.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take a bunch of sticks and just kind of make a pile of them and go. Hey Tyrion, want to light a fire?
What do you mean? I don't work with fire. And then
I'll just go up. I'm just going to go up and
I snap my finger.
It's confused.
And I cast create bonfire underneath, so it like ignites everything above it.
Sure. As you do, you see the fire crackles beautifully. The light changes to this beautiful gold around all of you, and sitting in one of the seats, you can see this heavily armored, very similar to the Valkyrie armor, orc that is just staring at the fireplace, and he seems to have a stick out, and he has a bit of meat on it, and you see that's pretty good. As he stokes the fire a little bit.
Hello.
Greetings, traveler of the storm. What winds blow you to my part of the world?
Looking to better understand and follow the will of the storm.
That's a difficult task. Will of the storm is unpredictable, and we project so much onto it. See signs that aren't there, symbols that mean something utterly different. How do you see the storm?
I see the storm as a driving force pushing the world in a certain direction.
A shared perspective from many of the followers of the storm. An interesting insight, to be certain. You know, I think I've misplaced my coin. It cost 2 gold pieces for me to get back to my ship. Would you spare 2 gold pieces if you have it on you?
But of course. And I'll give him 2 gold pieces.
As he takes the 2 gold pieces, you see him. Thank you for your kindness. May the wind guide you in the many directions it blows. And as he gets up from his seat, you see him disappear. Where he took those gold pieces from you, inside your hand, you now have this ring.
Also, did we get money back? Because right now I actually don't have any money, and
we got a ton of money.
We each have like 16,000 gold. So
yeah, we've got like
my total currency is 0. So how much do we have?
We have 16,066 platinum.
What?
Yep.
That is an unreal amount. Each?
And then somebody got 1667.
Yep.
All right, I'll take. So it's 16,000.
Technically, you only have platinum right now.
Yeah. That's okay.
Fine.
You made an exchange rate. Don't worry about it. You had gold pieces on you.
So 16,000. What was it?
16,066 platinum.
16,066.
Or sorry, 1,666.
1,600. Okay.
Yes.
So 1,666.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's 16,000 gold.
Yes. Okay. All right then. I'll take 2 away from that.
Oof.
Remove.
Two.
My DM is cruel and
Can't part
unforgiving.
with that.
My DM is cruel. All right, and I have a ring.
Yes, you see a ring in your hand.
I will, take a look at it.
It seems worn down. It's basically looks like it's made of stone, and there's nothing of note of it. No gemstones, no carvings. Very modest, if you could even call it a ring.
Do you want me to take a look at it?
Yeah, check it out.
I will cast Detect a Magic.
It does not glow. It just seems like a rock.
It's just a ring.
It's just a standard ring.
I'll put it on. Why not?
As you put it on, the entire area turns to greenery, and then from autumn it goes to spring, and where the entrance once was no longer is, and a new entrance appears in another direction.
Our way forward. Let's go.
Alright.
You are crushing this maze, Ignatius.
Yes.
Absolutely crushing it.
Charnook's gonna be very upset.
He's going to be kicked out of the group at this rate.
As you guys approach, this time you see to your left, vines, the hedge mage, the leaves are turning black, and then to the right, you see the leaves seem to be covered in blood, streaks of blood.
Ooh, I don't like either of those.
I want something else.
Is there a third option?
No.
Can I start going through directly, in between them?
Nope.
Just
I wouldn't do it. I think it's endless.
Does
Tried
it
that one
look
out.
like it's all like dying black? Like it's all
Oh,
like
yeah.
rotting?
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Rotting or blood?
I don't know. I would say follow the way of the storm.
Follow the way of the storm.
Yes.
I try to feel the storm and which way it wants me to go.
Roll divine intervention.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, why not?
Roll D100.
Yep. Okay, this one and this one.
Did you guys level up after you beat the inner circle?
No,
Nope.
I don't think so.
No.
I think you're lying to me. I think you did.
No, I really don't think we did.
What levels are you right now? 14?
13. We're 13.
Yeah, 13.
Just wanted to know. Just
Oh,
curious.
yeah, not even close.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to know, he says.
I rolled an 81.
All right. As you try and follow the will of the storm, it pulls you in both directions. The wind is blowing either way.
Steph's just gonna be like, well, I've never seen blood from a storm, so I mean, I don't know if that means.
Oh, wait, no, we did. After we beat the 3 of them.
I thought so.
When the first encounter, yes,
first
but not when we killed the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
necromancer.
necromancer. Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah. Not in like 4 sessions with the Waterdeep crew. Actually, it's like 3. Jeez, read your
We
miser.
almost had it.
Yeah,
Okay, boys.
you'll
We
get
almost
more.
had it.
Yeah, I thought so.
All right, let's go down the decomposing, rotting side,
Okay.
since the storm doesn't seem to care.
As you walk down the decomposing side, you find yourself all the maze slowly fades away into rot, and it's all just the rotted like bramble of the hedges. And you can see an individual inside here, this large Goliath looking like creature is just hunched over.
Greetings.
He turns his head slightly, and you can see his eyes are similar to what Cole has, but they are blackened. A new fool falls into the storm.
Fool.
He turns
Why?
back.
Do you dislike the storm?
The storm leads all astray.
Did the storm lead you astray?
It did.
How so?
The storm was supposed to guide me to my brothers. We were champions. We were on a sacred mission. And yet here I am trapped.
Were you attempting to get through the maze?
I ended up in the maze. The storm came and took me from where I stood when my brothers needed me most.
Maybe the storm needed you most here.
I do not understand the winds. Why would it bring me here?
To put others down the correct path.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Well played.
Thank you.
Good.
Okay. Persuasion. Oh, it's higher than I get +5 to persuasion. 19.
Whoa.
You see him stand now this time as he towers over the group. About the same as Tullius. As you hear those like thuds coming up, and you can see him. Maybe this is the truth of the storm. Or maybe I just enjoy having a purpose and not just having bad luck. What you seek is through there. As he points his finger, and where you look, there's now a door. And from the blackness, you can start to see the hedges gaining life again, getting the greenery back. And you see him look there. If you ever see one of my brothers, tell him Mole loves them very much and he's sorry.
Mole, like M-O-L?
M-A-L.
M-A-L, Mole.
Yeah.
What are your brothers' names?
Gotta get the sheet up.
How am I supposed to know who they are?
Hey, he's been fucked off forever, dude. He's got all kinds of storm tattoos all over him.
Sure.
Zarin. He follows the Mountain Lord.
Mountain Lord. Hey.
Kugak. He follows the madness.
Gugak.
Lauthak.
We met Gugak.
There he is.
What's the third?
Luthak follows Crutella.
Crutella.
If you see my brothers, tell them I'm sorry I failed them.
I'll let them know.
Maybe this is the penance I pay. As he returns to his seat on another tree stump.
All right. Let's continue forward.
As you continue forward, you find yourselves upon a pool, and you can actually see the crane lean over, and you hear inside your minds, "What wise and interesting choices you've taken, Ignatius. Step into the pool, you and your friends. If you would like your rewards, you have passed my trial.
Let's go!
I will wait for Ignatius to step first.
I will step into the pool.
And I will follow.
I'm gonna do a sick flip into the pool.
Roll D100s.
Ooh, okay.
Give me a moment.
D100 to do a flip? Got it.
As everything breaks in Tullius's body.
Whoa, yeah, that's just okay. I'm very curious about this now.
Don't worry about it.
What'd you roll, Ryan?
A 99. I don't know if high is good or not, but I rolled a 99.
As you go into the waters, you can feel the power of the storm surge through you. And you, in your mind, it feels like, remember when Cole McGrath gets a power upgrade and he gets like surging and he's flying up with all the electricity flowing through you?
Yeah.
You can feel that process inside you. You see yourself inside the sky over the entire world of Zenya as the lightning strikes through you, and you see a storm giant in front of you, and you see him put his hand over your face. Write this down for now. I have to create the stuff later.
Okay.
You can just keep it in your notes.
Yeah, we're
From this point forward in the game,
Yep.
you get to fail 4 death saves instead of 3 death saves.
Whoa, okay. Fail 4 death saves. Okay. Everybody or just me?
Just you.
Okay.
Who's next into the pool?
34.
You gain proficiency in Celestial. Do you know Celestial?
I do not.
You now are proficient in speaking Celestial. As you find yourself above, you don't have lightning coming through you, but you see a storm giant appear next to you, and he whispers into your ear, and you now know the language. Who's
Whoa.
next?
I did a sick flip and I got a 46.
As you are again floating above the skies, this time you can see a dwarf. He has all these garbs that are all colored similar to what Cole was in the Stormforge, and he has these big black gloves on, and you see him come up to you and he smacks your side, and you look down to him and he makes you draw, and as you draw your bow you see him pull it back ever farther, and he takes his tongue and he takes his saliva over the strings of it. From now on, if your attack surpasses an enemy AC by 10 or more, you do an extra 1d12 damage.
Oh
boy.
What type of damage?
Just piercing.
Piercing?
So just the
Damn.
same damage type.
I did not do a sick flip, and I got a 74.
What?
74.
74.
I
Getting cool stuff.
want Ragnorum hands.
That's a no for you.
Next time we see him, look, we're matching.
Yeah, like that scene in Princess Bride where they're fencing.
Yeah.
There's something you must know.
You see
I am
yourself.
also not attended.
You're again floating above, and across from you, you can you see this like storm swan of sorts in front of you. And as it's floating in the air, its wings flapping, it's mesmerizing, and you find yourself almost being lulled to sleep.
Ooh,
But
swan.
then you wake up, and the swan curls its neck around you, and you can feel this warm embrace from it.
Am I gonna die?
From now on, you only need 4 hours of sleep to complete a long rest.
Let's go!
Oh, nice.
This man gains the meditation.
Does he look like an elf now?
He's like an elf now.
That's sick.
When your eyes open, you guys find yourselves on the outside of the green flames have now turned off, and on the door you can see the symbol of the storm, one of the runes, and standing on the pad does no longer open the portal. You are all returned with your new boons.
Now we really need to get the Tome of Heaven and Hell's back. Because I can read both halves now.
Ooh.
Yep.
I could have read the other half.
Yep.
All right.
Wow.
As you guys, is there anything else you want to do?
We're still in the chamber.
You're
in the maze.
No. You're outside the maze now.
we're
You're
outside.
at the door.
We're at the 3 doors with the one that we just
One is
entered.
fire.
Yeah,
Now it's turned off with a symbol of the storm over it.
Oh, okay.
on it.
Yep.
Where the
symbolism.
stone was, where the portal appeared. Now there's no portal. Now behind the portal is just a stone wall, and that's where the
Yep.
symbol is on.
Okay. Want to go for another trial, or come back another time? We can do this once a week.
Well,
I think
I don't see the harm in opening it just so that we are prepared for it next
Just
time.
check it out. Yeah, might as well.
I say in Celestial accidentally. Yeah, that sounds great.
And to me, I'm like, yep, I understand what he's
Yep,
saying.
yep.
Like, all right.
I'm pretty sure both Tullius and Zeph
Good to hear,
understand.
I do understand Celestial, yes.
Yeah, and just Ignatius.
What?
Well, is there a problem, Ignatius?
Tyrion said something in a different language I did not understand.
And in Celestial, I'm going to say, yeah, he just said that we should go through. Oh, okay. And then,
And then
you
I
go to
look,
comment.
and then I look hearing those the different words you're using, and I'm like, how did I just understand that?
In comment, I'll just be like, oh, he wanted to. Yeah, we're good. Just
Okay.
next one.
Okay.
I think I know a new language.
Well, that's fun.
Do you know which one, by chance?
That one
Well, you
that
guys should.
we were
know.
just
I mean,
talking, and I don't know what that is, but I understood the words.
Yeah, that's Celestial.
I mean, this one.
I don't know if.
Yeah, Celestial.
I can speak holy language like me. And
You see
Zephyr.
Colvith on your shoulder. They can't see him, but he's looking to you, and he's just like, "How dare you speak such foul words in our presence? Oh, Tyrion, I raised you better than this."
I'm gonna turn to him and I'm gonna say, "You're a bumbling idiot in Celestial."
He wounds me, and he leans over the railing and falls off.
Did you mean to say you cast vicious mockery?
You slew him with vicious mockery.
Colbeth is such a drama queen.
Oh, you have no idea.
All right. Well, that's fun. Did anyone else get anything cool? Do we know what we got?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, we do?
You inherently know the abilities. The giant, clearly, the storm gave you boons. And you as players know exactly what it is, but role play it however you see fit.
Yeah, I think if I ever go down in battle, I think it's harder for me to be killed for good. I think I can stay alive longer.
Might want to check with the Raven Queen's Valkyrie on that one.
Well, it's... Oh.
Maybe your days increase with.
Yeah,
just a
maybe a
little bit.
day's increase.
Did my number change?
Yeah, I don't know. You could ask her.
Uh,
An interaction. Well, I feel more awake, that's for sure. But that's about it. Nothing crazy.
interesting.
Yeah.
It seems the draw weight of my bow was increased by quite a bit.
Oh,
We'll see how effective that is, but
yeah. Excellent.
That's exciting. Very cool. It's a shame our comrades couldn't join us for this.
Ooh, hurts to be a bitch, doesn't it? Maybe show up to games and you'll get stuff.
Oh, rough.
Oof.
That's a big oof there.
Yep.
Massive.
Zach, counterpoint. The fuck? 1 week.
Every time, dude.
This
every
bitch, he's not here, and he still gets platinum. I'm not here, and I lose out on boons.
And a maze.
And
Yeah,
the maze.
yeah, you got hurt. Did he respond, by the way, or no?
I don't. Did somebody ever send anything?
I don't think we.
Oh, no, not yet. Don't worry, later. It'll happen.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah, or Jesus time.
I love that load level. Oof.
All right.
Big oofits.
So you want to? What else do you want to do? We have a little bit before we wrap up tonight.
Either yellow or red.
Just want to check inside the yellow one.
All right. As you walk over to the yellow one, you notice the archways aren't there.
Like when we step on it, it doesn't open a portal.
Yeah, and actually the flames, the torches, it looks like the wall is completely solid now.
Oh.
All the way around besides this one door.
Maybe we only get to do one, or
Maybe we're limited per visit.
yes, that was where I was going. We get to choose a door, or we only get one per visit. So that decides what we do next, I guess. So let's
Reconvene.
reconvene. Yeah.
As you guys walk down, you glance back up, Ignatius, and you see on the second floor, you can see the yellow and red torches now. It looks as though the doors have moved up to the next floor.
Oh,
And that is still blocked at this point.
I see. Okay. Oh, looks like we got to go upstairs.
All right, lead the way.
I don't think we can get up there yet.
As you go up to the second floor, if you take a peek, you can see the lightning that was blocking the doorway initially as well.
We'll need that taken away before we can get in there.
Okay.
Head back down. Reconvene with everyone.
All right. You're with everybody else here. You see Cole look at you, just like, it seems things went well. You see Charnook, oh, thank God. They don't say anything. They just stand there staring into your soul. Especially that one. You see the Raven Queen one just staring. I wasn't looking into his soul.
At the moment. that's what Tyrion tells to Charduk.
oh, jeez. It's just like the stupid lich again. Everyone's out to get me.
Charnook, you missed quite a magnificent maze.
Say it isn't so.
There was a maze.
It isn't so, but it actually is.
Oh! This is like coming back to the bar being in disorder. This is just nice. Well, I'm going to bury this deep down. Way down. right next to the obliteration of my entire race and family. Those are like neck and neck right now. Oh,
Oh my god.
it hurts. See Rahana. She wakes up. She's like, oh, you guys are back already?
Well, we'll make sure to come on the next one then. Maybe we'll see what interesting things we'll find behind the next door.
Oh, I hope it's more mazes.
It would be something, wouldn't it?
You see, Cole, there's not many more mazes. She's hammering away and putting the water, the armor, like cooling it, super cooling it, and then like a lightning bolt coming down.
That's fucking cool. So are we able to get into the second floor next visit?
We'll see which way the winds of the storm blow.
All right, so we'll play it by ear then.
Do you guys want to return back to where you were?
I'd like to see the armor progression.
Sure. So far, it looks like the armor is been properly fitted to
Oh yeah, I would like to see that. Yeah.
Terra. So far, the Star of Halal is on there, and that star just, man, does that resonate with you? You feel an ichor of emotions seeing the star put onto that Valkyrie. It's not finished yet. She's still working through a lot more of the armor, but just having the plating against her, you can see from the first side that's done, she's just holding it against her right now. Terra.
Tara, how are you feeling?
Better? It's
Better
good.
with armor, yeah?
Yes. It shields you away from the difficult things of the world.
Do you like the symbol?
It's just as good as any symbol.
Really? Oh, I'll just take out one of my scimitars.
Oh. Well, that is interesting.
It's not just any symbol.
Like you said, the symbol of halal?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I haven't heard of her.
Her name was lost to me for some time as well. I imagine something similar happened to you.
The Raven Queen Valkyrie is like, I feel like I was supposed to look into that.
I think you probably were. It's alright, you're a busy lass, right? You know, reaping souls and all, and killing stuff.
Yes, which I do have to get back to.
Could you check on Ignatius? Has his number gone up?
No, your numbers are all still the same.
Oh.
But he does have quite a new endurance.
Oh, wow. Alright.
Gift from the mace.
Yeah.
You know who would love this place?
Who's that?
Shalamir.
Yes, he would. Would like it very much.
Like other things.
Speaking of Shaumir, since he's the reason we were in Mina in the first place, I believe that's our next stop. Yes.
Yes.
Got nothing else to do.
I'm sure Shaumir would much appreciate that.
Well, I look forward to your friend coming here someday. If he... And you see the Raven Queen Valkyrie go, if he makes it here.
He's a smith as well. He would be a great fan of your work.
Didn't you say he used a fancy forge before?
Yeah, he helped craft this stone that was of great imports.
You see Cole,
It was a similar magical forge in one of the northwestern area.
Hmm.
You see them looking at you. You see Cole. Interesting. What sort of gemstone? Something of fine value? A ruby necklace of sorts?
It was more of like a
Magical orb, right?
not an orb. It was more like a tablet of one of the gods.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
Tablet. It was green.
Luke knows. Luke's like, nope.
Steph has no idea. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Ignatius, what were you saying?
Said, I think it was green. Was it not?
No, wasn't it orange?
It was green.
It
It was
was
green. Oh, I don't
from
remember.
the stories. You told me, it was a green magical gemstone.
Yes, that sounds right.
Something about grass, I think.
Yeah, you were holding on to that. At point to Tellius.
He put, oh god, again. He puts the, you see, she stops her work and all the Valkyries are extremely interested in what you guys are saying right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, he started forging and it was like he was taken over by some force, and then a bunch of madness lizard folk jumped out of
Oh my goodness.
And
It's
they
always
attacked
madness.
He had to fight them off, and then he completed it. But then I think the Ragnorum character was incredibly interested in it, and he actually took it off Tellius to prevent him from took it off
Ulyrus.
Ulyrus
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Rebellious for losing everything.
I know. I thought he was staying on brand here, and I was like, "This is hilarious."
Took it off you, Lyran, because he,
You're running back.
in exchange for his life, essentially.
What was the
He's still
name?
almost back to Ragnarum.
What was the name of this forge?
Oh. It was by a town called Fandlin. It was in a. Oh, what was the name of that cave? The Water Sound Cave?
Greek cave. Wave Echo Cave.
That's the one.
They're all just sort of looking at you. Okay.
It's like,
It was-
it's like
it was
the
a-
Great Forge or the Mystical Forge. It's something Forge. I don't really remember.
It's only like Shamir told you bazillion times what it was called.
I don't think anybody would have ever told Zeph, but I certainly can tell you.
Titan Forge.
There you
That's
go.
right.
That's the name.
You got it.
Hey.
You see them all look at that. Titan Forge. And a gemstone?
Yeah. And I think we saw something similar when we found the orb. Wasn't that area similar in nature but different?
Similar but different, yes.
Say that again. It's like a memory from a distant past.
Titan Forge.
Yes, and what did he craft?
It was green. It was a glass. It was like, what was it? Oh, good grass. Glass stone
You
of
see
glass.
all 4 Valkyries fall to one knee, grabbing their heads when you say that.
Oh,
And that's where we're in tonight's session.
Oh shit.
I defeat it.
Tyrion! You're killing Valkyrie!
We just friended these, Tyrion!
Oh my god!
like the
I
Knights
knew what
say
I was
me.
trying to talk about, but
Yeah.
it'd been like 5 years since Tyrion had talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like grasping at a memory.
That was
Tyrion can barely remember his own past.
a long time ago.